It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown!
It's week 6 of the high school football season. Derek Dimmitt will be joining me here in about 10 minutes on the pregame show. We've got GlenOak and we've got Hoover. It is a crosstown rival that is just separated by a couple of miles, as we all know, here in Stark County. And this is a Federal League matchup. But really, I mean, these two schools that are separated here in North Canton, they just don't like each other on the football field. So they're going to try to defeat each other tonight. I'll talk to Derek Dimmitt coming up about the matchup that we have here on Q92. Also, we have a bunch of games on Q92 tonight. The Score 7 is a big one. So we'll check on all of our local games that we will be calling here on the Q92 Sports Network, including West Branch and Minerva, Salem, and Alliance. Perry takes on Jackson. How about that Federal League matchup tonight? Orville, the Red Riders, taking on Canton South. We've got Northwest. We have Green taking on McKinley, too. That is the game of the week on Q92, 92.5. Clint Scroggs, Brian Beatty, they'll have that call. Right now, let's get into a commercial break. We'll be back with some fun, man. I can't believe it's already week 6. High school football rolls on Q92.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations, Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
Welcome back to Bob Cummings Field. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Derek Dimmitt. We are going to go through some of our matchups that we have on Q92. The game of the week, let's start there with Green and McKinley. Take it away, Clint Scroggs.
The 1-4 Green Bulldogs visit the 4-1 Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Despite the record Green has played with all of its opponents, their losses are all by 1-score margins, including a 7-point defeat to defending Division IV state champion Indian Valley, and the last 2 weeks to Hoover and Jackson. The last 2 games have seen the Bulldogs fall behind before a second-half comeback brought them to the brink of victory. Quarterback Tyson Hunka was 12 of 15 for 243 yards and 4 TDs in last week's 38-35 loss. He also ran for 78 yards. Hunka has compiled 812 yards and 7 TDs passing and leads the team in rushing with 354 yards. Running back Evan Reed had 180 combined yards and scored 4 times last week, with 3 coming through the air. He's rounded into form after dealing with a hamstring injury since the preseason. McKinley had an easier time last week, jumping out to a 14-0 lead and beating Perry 28-18. Sophomore running back Kylan West piled up 192 yards on 13 carries, including scoring runs of 54 and 89 yards. Trent Hayden threw for 170 yards in a score, while DJ Britt had 96 yards on 10 catches. The Bulldogs ended with 302 yards rushing. While the offense has contributed, the defense has been the stalwart for McKinley. The Pups are limiting opposing offenses to 185 yards a game. They've given up a total of 30 points in the last 3 weeks. Junior linebacker Antonio Stevens has team highs of 45 tackles and 9 tackles for loss. Senior cornerback Chris Crook has 3 interceptions. McKinley has never lost to Green, going 9-0 in Federal League play and 10-0 overall. The Bulldogs to the north will attempt to turn their season around when they visit Hall of Fame Stadium. Join Brian Beatty and me for all the action. For the Q92 Sports Network, I'm Clint Scroggs.
That is the Q92 Game of the Week, part of the Score 7. I'm Ryan Bevere back here on Q92 Sports Network. Let's go Northwest taking on Lake. That's a unique matchup that you don't normally see, but we're going to see it tonight, or you're at least going to hear it tonight on Q92.
Welcome to Lake Blue Streak Stadium, where the 5-0 Lake Blue Streaks get a non-league interlude against the Northwest Indians. The Indians arrive in Week 6 sitting at 3-1 after a Week 5 win over Canton South 24-14. QB Brandon Venables contributed to the Indians' victory with 26-yard rushing TD and a 16-yard passing touchdown and 185 yards total yards passing. Running back Joey Medor had 22 carries for 152 yards and a late fourth-quarter touchdown to help seal the deal for the Indians. Logan Alman also led the team in receptions with 11 catches for 115 yards. The Lake Blue Streaks come into Week 6 sitting number 1 in Region 5 computer rankings at a 5-0 record with wins over South Range, Boardman, Rocky River, Perry, and a 35-21 win over GlenOak in Week 5. This season, the Blue Streaks have scored 31 points in every single game. The Blue Streaks have 866 rushing yards, 903 passing yards, and a well-balanced offense that's led by Alex Quire and running back Davis Matson. Lake Blue Streaks Northwest Indians are set to take the field 7 p.m. kickoff here on Q92 Sports Network, presented by Charshone Auto Group. I'm Mike Dixon with Ryan Rowland. We'll see you at kickoff.
Thanks, Mike. We're back here at Bob Cummings Field. They are on the field right now for the coin toss. We'll give you the results after the preview for the Orville Red Riders and the Canton South Wildcats on Q92.
Good evening, everyone. We are on to Week 6 of this 2025 Ohio High School football season on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. I'm live here inside Breck Bueller Stadium as the Canton South Wildcats welcome in the Orville Red Riders in this packed conference matchup. Orville comes into tonight with a record of 4-1, 2-0 in conference play. They are on a 3-game winning streak, as this is their 4th road game in the last 5 weeks. They'll look to stay hot in their pursuit to a conference title. Canton South comes in with the opposite record of 1-4, 0-2 in conference play. They've had a tough stretch of opponents as they are on a 4-game losing streak after falling the last 2 weeks on the road against Manchester and Northwest, respectively. It doesn't get any easier tonight as they come back home against the conference leader. This Wildcat team has hovered around the 14 to 16 offensive point output mark all season, but will have to eclipse that 20-point mark if they want a shot at getting back into the win column tonight. We move toward the back end part of the regular season schedule here tonight, and you can join me on Q92radiosports.com to catch Canton South Orville. Kickoff is currently scheduled for 7 p.m. live from Breck Bueller Stadium in Canton South. I'm Jay Wilhelm, Q92 Sports Network.
Thanks, Jay. I'm Ryan Bevere back here on the Q92 Sports Network. Derek Dimmitt is with me. We're going to head to a break. We'll get back. We'll finish covering all of these pre-games that we have for you. A nice slew of games on Q92. But first, before we go, GlenOak did win the toss, and they elected to defer to the second half. So we're going to see Hoover's John Collins, senior quarterback, leading the offense out to start the ball game. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear more from our broadcast teams across Q92 and Q92 Sports Network.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
GlenOak and Hoover on Q92 tonight. It is week number 6 on the Q92 Sports Network. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Derek Dimmitt. We've got a plenty of matchups on the Q92 Score 7. Green, McKinley, Northwest versus Lake, Orville versus Canton South. How about another Federal League matchup? It's Perry versus Jackson, and let's send that one over to Robert Fife Stadium right now.
It's week 6 of high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, and we are at Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson for the 69th meeting between Federal League rivals, the Perry Panthers and the Jackson Polar Bears. The Panthers got off to a hot start, going 3-0 to start the season, but have dropped their last 2 games, a 31-15 loss to Lake and a 28-18 loss to McKinley. For the Panthers, senior running back Caleb Hunley is back from a collarbone injury in a deep Perry backfield that already includes Connor Shepard and Jonathan Lemon. Shepard and Lemon combined for 967 yards and 11 touchdowns on the ground this year so far. Let's not forget about defensive backs and wide receivers Jaden Wilson and Nazir Foster, who each have a pick 6 on the season and are explosive on the offensive side of the ball. Jackson comes in tonight 3-2 on the season as well, having won their last 2 games, including a big 33-6 victory over Mayfield and a tight 38-35 win over Green. The Polar Bears are led by senior quarterback Lucas Eckerman, but keep an eye out for senior Corey Jacobs, who has piled up 477 yards and 6 touchdowns on 66 carries the last 3 games since getting moved to running back for the injured Chase Maurer. Jackson senior Max Cowles is Eckerman's most dangerous target in the passing game with 17 catches and 370 yards and 4 touchdowns on the year. Tonight's game could be a high-scoring matchup, so strap in and be ready for the action right here on Q92radiosports.com. Join me, Ryan Keller, and my broadcast partner, Antonio Hall, with the call. Kickoff, 7 o'clock on Q92radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel. From Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson, Ryan Keller, Q92 Sports.
Thanks, Keller. I appreciate that a lot. We are going to head over to Alliance. They're taking on Salem, the Quakers and Aviators on Q92 tonight.
The 4-1 Alliance Aviators will play host to the 3-2 Salem Quakers tonight here at the University of Mount Union. Kickoff is all set for 7 p.m. Salem, as we mentioned, 3-2 on the year, a couple of losses to start their season to Poland and a very good South Range team. Then they would rip off 3 consecutive wins. They would take out East Liverpool, Canton Central Catholic, and Beaver Local. Meanwhile, the Aviators started the year off with a win at Parma Padua, a loss to Louisville at Mount Union, and then they would win their next 3 games. At Streetsboro in a very impressive game, they would knock off Ellett up in Akron, and they would beat Canton Central Catholic last week by the score of 42-7. These teams have one common opponent. It is Canton Central Catholic. Salem beat the Crusaders. The Aviators also knocked off the Crusaders. Ron Johnson doing a terrific job with the Salem Quaker football program. He'll have his guys ready tonight. And we know what an outstanding job Aviator head football coach Tim Goodman has done. You know the Flyers will be set as well. You can join me and my broadcast partner tonight, Caleb Norick. The kickoff at 7 p.m. here at Caris Stadium at the University of Mount Union. The Alliance Aviators will get together with the Salem Quakers. And I'm hearing the scoreboard operator could be on high alert tonight. Sam Berkwin reporting for Q92 Radio Network.
Thanks, Sam. I'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate that. Mount Union takes on Baldwin Wallace. You can catch me and Sam tomorrow on AM 1310 WDPN. Happy birthday to me, by the way, Derek. I'm going to shout myself out because I don't think you knew that. How about one more? West Branch taking on Minerva, and then we got some coaches' interviews to get to on Q92.
It's the feel-good story of the year for Stark County High School football in 2025, the Minerva Lions, who since 2015 have eclipsed nothing but seasons of 2 wins, 1 win, and even 0 wins, have found themselves at 4-1 at the halfway point of the regular season and tied for first in the Eastern Buckeye Conference standings. A big reason for that is their new head coach in Zach Slates, who comes over being the head coach of the last 4 years of the Perry Panthers, turning Minerva into a winner, in large part thanks to Slate's bringing over the wing T offense he used at Perry. Tonight, it's the biggest game in the last 10 years for the program as they welcome EBC powerhouse, the also 4-1 West Branch Warriors, who are coming off a commanding 48-7 win at home against Howland. Some key names to watch for in this one include West Branch's Swiss Army knife in Jeremiah Thomas, who has ran for over 180 yards and has over 200 receiving yards on the year, and Toledo recruit Gavin Gregory, who's West Branch's leading receiver at 21 catches for 275 yards and a touchdown. For Minerva, listen for the names of Timmy Kirkpatrick and Nate Linkus to be said a lot. They have 1,000 yards rushing combined through the first 5 games of the year. If Alliance loses to Salem tonight, the winner of this one will have sole possession of first place in the EBC. Find out who takes this heavyweight fight with Robert Coleman and I streaming live right here on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel in just under half an hour with kickoff set for 7 o'clock. From Heinz Stadium in Minerva, Matt Corrali, the Q92 Sports Network.
I got to say, I love me some Matt Corrali. And how about the Minerva Lions? Not too long ago, they went like 4 years without winning a football game, and now they have a chance to be in first place in the EBC. More rolls on Q92 Sports Network. Next, we've got Derek Dimmitt with the coach interviews coming up after the break. It's high school football presented to you by Sarshone on Q92.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
This is head coach Scott Garcia from the GlenOak Golden Eagles. You're listening to high school football on Q92 Sports Network.
Coach here, week 6, welcoming Hoover to town. What did you see on tape that Hoover does well?
Yeah, they're very active on the defensive side of the ball. Their front forward, along with their 2 linebackers, are really active. They play hard. Got good skill in the secondary, and then offensively, big question mark what they're going to do at quarterback. They can do a lot of things. They're an explosive offense, and it's going to be a big challenge.
Coming off the game with Lake, you guys played well, and the record isn't where you want to be, but are you seeing growth week in and week out?
Yeah, we're making progress. We got some spots that we got to clean up, but yeah, we're making progress, no doubt.
All right, thank you.
Bob Cummins Field here. We've got what is this, Derek? We have the alma mater going on down on the field right now. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back maybe with the national anthem. And we've got one more coach's interview with Derek Dimmitt as he travels along the side of the field to get to Hoover's head coach. We'll be back on Q92.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
This is head coach Brian Baum from the North Canton Hoover Vikings football team. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
Coach, week 6 on the road here in GlenOak. The record for Coach Garcia and the Golden Eagles, not where Coach wants it to be, but what did you see in tape going into this week that they do well?
They run the ball well. They have a really good defensive front. So both sides of the ball are physical at the line of scrimmage. It's a good challenge for us, but no, they are much better than their record. The record shows.
And then you guys 5-0 coming in. How important is it though to take it 1 week at a time, not worry about what's behind, what's ahead, focus on GlenOak?
Yeah, what's behind you doesn't matter at all. All you can do is go 1-0 that weekend. We've got an opponent that's pretty physical and tough out there. We have to step up tonight.
And it's even more in the Federal League, top to bottom. It's a meat grinder. Can you just talk about in the position you're in, the target's on your back a little bit more than, you can't sneak up on people when you're 5-0.
No, this league is so tough. Every game's going to be physical and tough, as you mentioned. And, there's going to be injuries. We have to have the next guy up mentality. And, there's guys in this roster that are going to get opportunities that weren't expecting it. They're one play away. They just got to be ready when they get their opportunity.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
High school football on Q92 Sports Network is presented to you by Sarshone Ford. I'm Ryan Bevere, welcoming in Derek Dimmitt to the broadcast booth. Tonight we have a Federal League matchup between 2 Federal League and North Canton foes. It's the undefeated Hoover Vikings taking on the slumping Golden Eagles from GlenOak. Derek, what do you expect tonight from these 2 teams? We know that obviously GlenOak played Lake well. They didn't play McKinley very well. This is another crack at a Federal League team as Hoover takes the field.
Yeah, talked to both coaches a little bit there. We just heard, but like Coach Baum said, the GlenOak Golden Eagles are better than what their record states. They're they come in 1-4, but like you just mentioned, coming off that loss against Lake, but they played Lake very well. And like the preview said, I think it was Mike Dixon, they're Lake enters tonight number 1 in Region 5. And, it's early in the season, but still to be number 1 at any point in the season says a lot. And GlenOak played them well last week.
I don't think they meant to, but the Golden Eagles just cut you off, Derek. They run on to the field with the students holding the flag. I always love that. I love the students carrying the flag. I like the student body being a part of this. High school football truly is the best in Stark County, Ohio.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime, the band's playing, the students are riled up. Hoover brought a lot, like you mentioned, not a long trek, even though it is an away game. To make this trip down here to Plain Township. So we'll listen in here to the national anthem and pick it back up.
Good to be alive. What a great country we live in, Derek. We got high school football, a whole 7 games for you coming up in about 3 minutes on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. High school football is presented by Sarshone Ford on Q92.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Can't wait to be at B-Dub tomorrow for Mount Union versus Baldwin Wallace on the AM station of our sister station of Q92, AM 1310 WDPN. You can join me and Sam Berkwin for that. I think, Derek, they cut our talking time off. We had a couple minutes to get final thoughts, but that 3 minutes evaporated, and now we've got the GlenOak Golden Eagles who won the toss and elected to defer. What do you think about that, by the way? You're trying very, very tough to pick up another win. You haven't picked up a Federal League win yet. You have the option to take the football, but instead you give it to Hoover, who's undefeated.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy there by Coach Garcia and his guys, but you're at home. You get the ball to start the second half. Sometimes coaches like to get that after halftime, make your adjustments, come out, kind of know what you need, but beautiful night once again here for football.
I just think personally, you've been practicing this all week long, this opening drive. You win the toss. You're hungry for a win. Go get it. Here we go. High school football on Q92 is presented by Sarshone, and the kick is a squibbler to the 20-yard line, picked up to the 25-30, and that's where he will go down, and we'll see senior John Collins, the quarterback for the Hoover Vikings, who will man this offense. They're going to go from right to left. Hoover comes out in the orange helmets, kind of look like Cleveland's helmets. I've always said that. They've got the white uniforms on. with the black numbers, black pants. They've got some white and orange trim. GlenOak in the green home uniforms, the all-white pants, the white helmet with the green trim. Hoover is going to go, it looks like heavy I formation. They're going to have no wide receivers out there, and they're going to try to pound the rock. First down. And the running back goes up to the 36-yard line. And they gave it to Lucas. So 11:44 to go. Jack Andes in at quarterback for Hoover. And they're working with a 2nd down and 4. No receivers are out there again. Heavy I formation, and they're going to load up the front line of scrimmage. I don't know. It looks like they've got 19 offensive linemen out there. Andes fumbles the snap, but he hands it off to his running back. That's going to be Chase Lukens, the senior. And he gets about 3 more yards. It's going to pick up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, Collins got hurt last week at Louisville. Wasn't sure if he's going to play tonight, but they are starting with Jack Andes at quarterback, but 2 runs to start. 3rd and 1 here.
That's good stuff, Derek. Good stuff. 10:58 to play. Andes manning the center. He goes a heavy I. This may be what we see tonight with the quarterback change. Here's the snap. They go fullback. They go right up the middle, and I don't think he's got it, Derek. He's short at the 40-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
Yeah, you got to show something more than just this formation, but Coach Baum sticking with it. Comes up short there on the fullback rush, bringing out the punt crew. So deferring worked out well for Coach Garcia.
Yeah, absolutely. Did work out for Coach Garcia. I don't know. If I'm Coach Baum right now, I might just go for this. You're 5-0. You've got all the momentum in the world. But, Derek, I'm up here, not down there, and there's a reason for that.
Right, me too.
I don't even think I could successfully pick a defense in Madden, but let's do it. Here's the kick, right to left, caught at the 21-yard line, picked up to the 25, 26-yard line, and he's going to go down. And it was Saunders for the return. No score, 10:01 to go here in the first quarter from Bob Cummings Field. High school football on Q92.
So you had great defensive stop there. So let's see what the offense can do. Get out there, try to get some positive yardage. Coach Garcia talked about this stout defense that Hoover deploys. So interesting to see how he comes out here in the attack.
And folks, just so you know, tonight we will give you Guardians updates, but let's just be honest. If you have access to a television, you shouldn't need me to give you any Guardians
Have
updates.
them on the TV, us on the iPad.
But if you need them, we will have them for you. 3 receivers, 2 to the right, shotgun formation. The running back goes right up the middle for about 6 yards. And that's Javion McClendon. He is 6'1", 200 pounds, a senior. Tailback, linebacker on defense as GlenOak. Evan Chrissy in the shotgun, pistol more like it, hands it off to his running back. He's going to the left side, and he's tripped up trying to shake it back to the right. And I believe that was Javion McClendon again with the ball carrier.
Yeah, tried to go off the left side. The Hoover defense collapsed on that. Tried to cut it back. Looked like he had some space, but tripped up for the loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
It's a big 3rd down and 5 for a GlenOak team who's been fighting all season long. They had a win a couple weeks ago, a big win. 3 receivers to the right, including a tight end. They go left side, though. Slant route caught for a 1st down to the 42-yard line. That's going to be Kadron Saunders again. That's his 2nd catch tonight. He stands 6 foot, only 150 pounds. They go hurry up offense. 2 receivers to the right again, 1 to the left. They give it to the running back. McClendon gets up the middle for 4 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, positive yards from McClendon on both 1st downs, so staying in front of the 6, but a nice pass there and catch by Saunders for that 1st down on that 3rd down play.
2nd down and 6. They hurry it up again. McClendon up the middle, 1st down to the 44-yard line, 45, call it. But they are in Hoover territory. Would be an interesting thing to see how Hoover responds, giving up the touchdown here. But they go hurry up again. Sorry, Derek. McClendon up the middle, 5 yards, 6 yards. He's going to go more. I think he's got 7.
Yeah, keep feeding them. It's working so far for Coach Garcia and the GlenOak offense. So this hurry-up offense, feeding McClendon.
Clendon's got it again. He goes to the left side. He's got the first down after picking up 3 yards. And yeah, I mean, this is completely different than what Hoover came out with. They came out no receivers, heavy eye, loaded the offensive line. And then GlenOak goes hurry-up offense again. McClendon's got it. He's going to bounce it out to the right side, pick up a couple, maybe 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 33.
Yeah, bringing in a few fresh bodies here on the offense, but Coach Baum and the defense keeping the same 11 out there. So keep trucking away if you're GlenOak.
I believe it was DeMario Rozier that checked in for GlenOak, and it is Rozier. He's going to be the running back. Shotgun formation, 3 right, 1 left. They give it to Rozier, fresh legs like you said, and he gets 4 yards right up the middle to the 29-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and short.
Yeah, 2 third downs so far for GlenOak, both times very manageable.
Hurry up offense again. Rozier's got it. Bounces out to the right side. I think he's going to be short of the first down by about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. And it makes a very interesting decision for GlenOak on 4th down. But I think it's obvious what they're going to do.
Yeah, it looks like he's bringing in a fullback here, going to line up and try to pound away at these 2 yards. But, yeah, when you come in 1 and 4, there's not much to lose. You have great momentum here on this opening drive. You don't want to give it back to Hoover without getting anything on the scoreboard here. 4th down.
Christie's going to be the quarterback, 2 tight ends on the left side, and they're going to use all of them as they block for the running back, but I don't think he's got the first down.
No, needed 2. Looks like he only got 1. We'll wait for the official call, but the Hoover offense making their way on the field.
Yep, they stopped Rozier. I thought that was a brilliant idea. Kevin Stefanski-esque to bring off the multiple tight ends and shift them and move them and try to get them to block, but they just couldn't get it done against Hoover. So Hoover will go 1st and 10. 6:19 to go in the first quarter. Shout out to all you Rey Mysterio fans out there. You a Rey Mysterio fan, Derek?
No.
I used to have the mask, man.
Yeah.
I used to jump out the attic like I was Mysterio. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation for the first time. Andes takes it himself to the left. He's bouncing off maybe 4 to 5 different Eagles, and he picks up 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, Andy's entered the season as a running back, wide receiver, defensive back, returner because of the injury. Coach Baum brought him in as the quarterback, but using that athleticism to gain 7 yards there on the first down play.
3 receivers go to the right side. Andy's in the shotgun again, running back to his right. Andes takes the snap, runs it himself. He's going to the right side all the way to the sideline, and I think he snuck just in to get the first down, and he did. First down for Hoover on a 4-yard pickup by Andes.
Yeah, both of these plays, Andy's been in the shotgun after going into that stacked eye in the opening drive. So Coach Baum trying to open it up a little bit, spread out the receivers, kind of spread out the defense, and open up those running lanes.
Drake Cooper, the senior, goes wide to the left. He can't go any further. 2 receivers near side to the right. Andy's in the pistol, hands it off to his running back, who gets smashed at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if he might have got 1, and if he did, credit to him, because that's a hard yard to get after he took a pop. If you are listening to the broadcast and you're filing into Bob Cummings Field, just so you know, I got hot dogs for $1 at the concession stand. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right, shotgun. Tight end on the left side, Andes. Takes the snap, play action, runs to the right side, puts his shoulder down, and I think he got maybe 3 yards. It's going to be a 3rd down and about 5 to go.
Yeah, another 3rd down here for Hoover. Still yet to throw a pass attempt yet, so we'll see if this 3rd down and 5 from their own 44 changes that.
Cooper goes to the left. He's got a friend with him. One receiver to the right side, tight end short to the left, shotgun formation again. They've went shotgun this whole series. Play action, here's the snap, throw, left side, and it is incomplete. It was deflected away by GlenOak's Dom Wagner. He is a captain for a reason.
Yeah, he got his hands up there, able to knock it down, force the fourth down, bringing out the punt unit for the second time so far for the Hoover Vikings here in the first quarter.
Hoover should get decent field position depending on the leg of the punter. I'm waiting to see a number on the punter. I believe it is Andy's, but I could be wrong about that. It is Andy's. Andy's drills it in the air, but it's going to go out of bounds. I don't know where they're going to spot that out, but maybe, just maybe, yeah, they're going to creep it all the way up to the 30-yard line, and that's where GlenOak's offense will come back out. It was very nice to see GlenOak kind of, getting some momentum. They didn't score on their first possession, but able to get all the way down the field the way that they did.
Yeah, especially coming off of the defense's stop to open the game, get the offense out there. They had positive plays, all except for one went for positive yardage. So a great start for the GlenOak Golden Eagles. We'll see how they look here on the second drive of the game.
A quick first quarter is trickling down, already 4:17 to go. 3 receivers out there for GlenOak, one on the left side, and they use them immediately. It's a 7-yard pickup for number 14. That's his third catch of the game. That's Caden Saunders. He's a junior, 6 foot, 150 pounds.
Yeah, he's their punt returner, so definitely has a lot of athleticism. Coach Garcia feeding them early.
They go with the same formation. Out of the pistol. They give it to the running back. He's going to get swallowed up in the backfield. McClendon goes down, and he loses a yard. This will bring up third down and a long 3 to go.
Yeah, big third down here for GlenOak, trying to keep the offense on the field, keep the ball out of the Hoover offensive hands.
It's a short 3, my mistake. Third down and a short 3 to go for GlenOak. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left, empty backfield. Here's the quarterback, takes it himself up the middle, shoulder down, first down for GlenOak.
Yeah, and he had 3, got 4, and he lowered his helmet for those 4 yards.
And that is Evan Chrissy. He's 5'10", 170 pounds, quarterback, running right up the middle into a brick wall of Hoover defensive linemen. 2 receivers on the right side with a tight end near side, 1 to the left. It's Saunders on the left side. The ball goes to the right side. It's nearly intercepted. What a play that would have been. Ball hawking was number 28, Nathan Sikora, a junior for Hoover, almost had his first interception of the game.
Yeah, the safety coming up there on that out route, had the ball in his hands but couldn't keep a hold of it. Had he hauled that in, he had a lot of green ahead of him into the end zone. But incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, 3:15 left in the opening quarter.
I think that's 6. If he grabs that ball, he takes that for 6. He might have had to fall on the ground. I don't know. It's in the pass. 2 receivers on each side. Quarterback takes it himself again, right side. And Chrissy is going to go down right around the line of scrimmage. No gain, no loss. It's Evan Chrissy trying to scramble. Neither team really using the air attack here in the first quarter, I believe, if I'm correct. Maybe just 4 passes.
Yeah, GlenOak 2 for 3 so far. Hoover 0 for 1, so definitely a lot of running, and that's why we're under 3 minutes already in the first quarter.
It's got to be a skill that you can't teach. The fact that we can recollect. Well, you're writing it down, but just off the top of my head, man, 4 passes first quarter. 2:37 to go, and what is probably the fastest first quarter that you're going to experience all season. Empty set again. Here's the quarterback. Chrissy finds his man. He's got him. 30, 25, 20. He's gone. See you later. We've got a touchdown on our hands. He's short at the 1-yard line. I believe that's Rozier. Nope, that is Demarion Patterson. Takes it all the way down to the 1, and all the fantasy football owners are begging to just give it to him again. He deserves it. Just give it to him again.
Yeah, needed 58, got 57.
Woo! What a throw and pass and catch and run. We're going to get a false start, I believe, on the offense. Flags everywhere. Ball carrier took it into the end zone untouched, but that's because no one on the defense played any. And it is going to go against GlenOak. I didn't see anything.
Yeah. I got the window over here is a little foggy.
Yeah, there's a little bit of condensation building up on these windows, it seems. Or maybe they just need to clean it. But I don't know. They probably have cleaned it. That probably needs replaced. First down and goal inside the 10-yard line. Quarterback is going to take it. Chrissy up for 2 yards, I believe, to the 5.
Brought down by number 9, Chase Lukens. Also brought down by number 40, Carson Duncan.
Second down and goal from the 5-yard line. They've got McClendon getting back into the ball game. Quarterback Evan Chrissy huddles the Eagles up, breaks the huddle, and here we go. Cameron Saunders wide to the left. They use a receiver to the right side. That's where he's headed. Chrissy goes to the end zone, throws it into the middle, and it's caught for a touchdown. It's a GlenOak Eagle touchdown here early.
John Hamilton, the tight end, on the touchdown reception there of 5 yards for the game's first score.
6-0. Let's update our scoreboard. We're doing this manually. I don't know if you knew that at home, but might take a little bit. All right, which team are we on here? Got to go down. Team 1 is the home team. Team 1 is the away team. So we've got the PAT is good. Sorry, we didn't see it, but I heard it. I hear the crowd cheering. It's 7-0 GlenOak over Hoover here at Bob Cummings Field. What a start. That's the way to do it. All right, let's take a break, a quick one. Actually, no, let's stay here. I know we got a lot of people eager for the scoreboard update. Derek, do you want to do some high school football around the league? And while you pull that up, I can give you a quick update for you Guardians fans. There's no score in the top of the first of that ball game. And just a quick peek on the Detroit Tigers. There's no score there. Houston matters to the Cleveland Guardians, but they don't play until tonight. All right.
Yeah, West Branch up early, 7-0 over Minerva. Canton South up 3-0 over Orville. Those are scores from the Q92 Sports Network.
Q92radiosports.com, I do believe. Yeah. You can check out all of those scores, and you can get all of those games being streamed there. We've got games being streamed on our social media platforms. And, of course, the Q92 game of the week, it's Green versus McKinley. Green's never beaten McKinley. When I heard that, I just thought, wow, really?
Yeah.
Never?
9 years in the Federal League and looking for that win number 1.
Here's the kick. It's going to be a squib to about the 30-ish and brought up to about the 40-ish. 40, let's call it 43-yard line. And that's where Andes will come out for the Hoover Vikings. First down and 10, 1:13 to go. And what I'm calling the fastest first quarter I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, a lot of running plays. The few passing plays that we've had have mostly been completions, so keeping the clock running, and that leads to a quick first quarter. But here, Hoover, GlenOak has the lead now, so you're playing from behind. We're a ways away from the second half, but you know that GlenOak gets the ball to start the second half after deferring the coin toss there. So you got to get something going on offense if you're Brian Baum and the Hoover Vikings.
Two receivers left with a tight end, two receivers, to the right side, near side for Hoover. Andy's shotgun by himself. Screen play. It's going to be caught by Cooper. He's up to the 45-yard line, 50, and out of bounds. Not Cooper. They fooled me. Bryson Byer, senior running back, wide receiver, defensive back on the defensive side of the ball. But it's a first down for Hoover.
Yeah, nice wide receiver screen there, bubble screen. Give Andy's a good completion there, positive yardage, first down onto GlenOak side of the field.
Same formation. They just flip the tight end to the right side. and they're going to use him as a blocker on the left side, but the quarterback goes right for about 3 different yards. A little misdirection blocking action by that tight end. I like the way that GlenOak and really Hoover, this is Hoover. I like the way Hoover uses their tight ends, Derek.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier, I think it was Coach Garcia, though, with using tight ends similar to how we see on Sundays with Coach Stefanski. But, yeah, both coaches using their tight ends, moving them around.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation, empty set, and flags are all over the place.
GlenOak, a little antsy there, jumped into the neutral zone, so Hoover will get 5 free yards, bring up 2nd and 2 with 35 seconds left in the opening quarter. They do a great job updating their scoreboard. Some schools, it's like a play or 2 behind, but here they're right on it with the down to go, the distance, the yard line.
2nd down and 2, 25 seconds to go and counting in the first quarter. This will be the final play of the first quarter, I would imagine. Empty set again, 5 wide, including a tight end. Andes takes the snap. He goes up the middle. He's got a first down inside the 30, and he's brought down at the 29-yard line. Another QB keeper. I think we're going to see that all night long.
Yeah, going to see a lot of it to get. He has that athleticism, so you got to use it any way you can. But that is the final play of the first quarter here in GlenOak.
Bob Cummings Field. It's a beautiful night for Week 6 football on Q92, presented to you by Sarshone. We'll be back for the second quarter after these messages.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
Welcome back to Bob Cummings Field at GlenOak High School. It's a beautiful campus. Home of C.J. McCollum, home of Costa Kufis. We've got a chicken contest, a chicken kicking contest going down on the field. And we do have bad news. I don't mean to start the second quarter off with bad news. I think you already know what I'm about to say. Guardians fans, Rangers up 1-0, but it could be worse. I was checking. The Tigers did have the bases loaded in the first inning at Fenway Park, and they didn't score.
Well, that's good, but here we'll check the scores here as they finish up the kicking contest for the Chick-fil-A gift cards. But West Branch up 21-0 on Minerva here in the first quarter, so that's a bit of a surprise. It's Coach Slate's first taste of EBC football, and Coach Cooper and the Warriors welcoming them with a beating. And in Alliance, it's Alliance 7, Salem 7, and unfortunately the Rangers are now up 4-0.
Whoa!
Just got the notification here.
Whoa!
So
Andes takes the snap. He goes to the left side. He's going to get about 3 or 4 yards. That seems to be their offense, and if that's going to be the offense, Derek, the rest of the night, GlenOak's not going to have a problem with any adjustments at halftime.
Yeah, their linebackers have done a great job of plugging the holes and attacking and making sure that these quarterback keepers aren't big runs. The long so far for Andes was his first rush of 7 yards, so keeping him contained and forcing them to use other players.
Wow, you're right. It is 4-0. All right, we'll check on that in an hour. 11:20 to go here in the second quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 2 near side to the left for Hoover. Andes throws it near side, caught, and he's going to go down immediately right there. So with this kind of an offense, is it just indicating that Andes doesn't have the arm strength to go deep down the field, or are they just not exposing that yet, do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell with a new quarterback out there, but definitely playing it safe. A lot of quick routes, quick hits, bringing in the big fella here so looking like a quarterback run here. Maybe again here, 3rd and 4. So a big third down here for GlenOak to try to get another stop, get your offense back out there and try to extend the lead.
They got the added lineman out there right now, shotgun formation, and Andes is used on a week-to-week basis in a heavy role for this offense. So he's accustomed to it, and he's going to take a big hit on the left side, and he's not going to get that first down. It'll be a 4th down and short, 4th and 4, they're calling it.
Yeah, he went off the left side there and was met right away at the line of scrimmage. So 4th down and 4 here at the GlenOak 24-yard line. Looks like Coach Baum keeping the offense out there.
They're going to go. 10 minutes to go here in the first half. 2 receivers to the right, 1 near side left for Hoover. Andes has the ball. No, they fooled me. I can't believe they didn't get GlenOak to get an offensive or a defensive penalty right there. I thought Andes had the ball. That's how good he was with that one. Now he takes the snap. Right up the middle he goes. He's right there at the marker, and if the official marks it where he's standing, it's going to be a first down, and it will be.
Yeah, needed 4, got 5 into the RG Drag red zone.
9:30 to go here from Bob Cummings Field on the campus of GlenOak High School. Hoover taking their time. Interesting in the way that they came out tonight, and they haven't went to it since.
Yeah.
2 receivers right with a tight end. 1 receiver to the left. It's Saunders. Quarterback takes it, hands it to his running back. A shifty little back as he goes up to the left side. He picks up a few different yards on that play. That might have been Kyler White, the ball carrier. I think it was. Kyler White, 5'8", 140 pounds. Yeah, that sounds about right. So Hoover's going to send – oh, no, excuse me. That's not Kyler White. I've got the wrong slip. That was Ryan Crawford, the ball carrier for Hoover. And now it is a 2nd down. Slant, caught up to the 10-yard line. That's going to be good for a first down. And they'll go inside the 10 at the 9-yard line, possibly the 8. And it'll be first down and goal for the Vikings.
Yeah, as deep as the Hoover Vikings offense has been, bringing in the extra lineman here on the goal-to-go situation. But Hoover looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
Carter and Byer lined up on the right side. Saunders on the left side. 2 in the backfield. Quarterback and running back. Quarterback Andes takes it himself. He dives to the end zone. I think he's going to be short right there at the 1-yard line, and he is. And this is going to be a 2nd down and very, very short. You can't get any closer to the goal line, Derek.
Yeah, he's down there at the 1 here, so interesting to see if they bring back that full I formation that we saw on the opening drive.
It's a good call, and I think they might. They are. They're going to go heavy I. Single file line. Who gets the football? Andy's under center. He takes the snap. He gives it to his tailback, who's going to get clocked right at the goal line. I'm not sure he got in.
No, I think he's marking him short.
I think he's going to be short. That was Chase Lukens. I thought all he had to do was walk in.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just what happens when you hand the ball off so far away from the line of scrimmage. The ball's at the 1. He's at the 6.
Yep.
They're going to do it again. Heavy I formation. And they're going to go to the fullback who goes right up the middle, and he's going to go into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Hoover. I'm not sure the ball carrier. But it's a touchdown for the Vikings. It's 7-6.
Yeah, I didn't quite get the number either. They had the 3 running backs. It was the first one behind Andes who was lined up under center. So, you mentioned how Lukens was lined up at the 6-yard line, went to the one closest to the end zone, and it worked out for Hoover with the point after coming.
Here's the snap. It's a good hold and a good kick right through to the student section. We're tied at 7. High school football on Q92 is presented to you by Sarshone Ford. We'll be back immediately after this message from RG Drag.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
That red zone attempt was brought to you by RG Drag. Welcome back to high school football on Q92. I am Ryan Bevere, a product of RG Drag. With Derek Dimmitt to my right, we've got 6:51 to go here in the second quarter after Hoover just tied the ball game up.
A few quick scores here. McKinley and Green knotted at 0 after 1. West Branch 21-0 after 1. Perry up 14-0 over Jackson.
End over end, into the end zone, touchback. And here comes the GlenOak Golden Eagle offense, who looks pretty good tonight. Even though they've only had 2 series, it's looked not half bad. They traveled down the field. They thought they were in position to score. They get stopped on a 4th and short. Next time they get the ball, they go right back down the field and they score a touchdown. They just got to have the defense be helping out a little bit on the defensive side, but you're going to give up points to Hoover.
Yeah, that's too high-powered of an offense to pitch a shutout, and as Hoover just proved here, 7-7 here with 6:51 left.
2 receivers to the right side. They go left with McClendon. He gets tripped up in the backfield at the 18-yard line, so this will be a 2nd down and 12 coming up.
And this will be an interesting drive for GlenOak. You get the ball to start the second half. You kind of want to run some clock, not give Hoover too much time to break this tie. You want to have a nice time-consuming drive, try to get some points before half, but not a good start with the loss of 2 on the first play.
Approaching the halfway point here in the second quarter. 2 receivers right for GlenOak, a tight end on the left, but they give it to McClendon again. He shoves himself between the center and the guard. He goes up the middle for maybe 3 yards, and he'll pick up the yardage that he lost and maybe 2 more. It'll be 2nd down and 8. 3rd down and 8 coming up at the 6-minute point.
Yeah, big 3rd down here, like we just mentioned. You got opportunity to have a nice drive here before half, before bringing the offense out to start the second half, but a big 3rd down here that GlenOak faces.
I got great news for everybody listening, but I'll give it to you after this play develops. 3 receivers are out there. They go right to Saunders. They go to... Do I need glasses, Derek? I don't know. I don't remember it being this difficult. Justin Johnson, I believe, the intended receiver for GlenOak. But the good news is it's now 4-2.
Nice.
Rangers over the Cleveland Guardians, if you are following that one. But if you are, you more than likely have it on your television at home. But if you don't, I'm glad to give you that update. Kyle Manzardo went yard for the Tribe. 5:34 here to go in the second quarter. GlenOak has been in 2 weeks in a row in close games. The punt goes from the 15-yard line to the 47, and it's going to be fair caught by Hoover. With 5:29 to go, we'll keep it right here. We just had a score update. What do you think so far, Derek? Well, I mean, coming out with the GlenOak defense, what should they do? We've seen a lot of the same stuff from Hoover.
Yeah, I think you want to jam the line, the receivers. It's been a lot of quick passes, so bring the safeties up, try to make them throw the ball over your head and take it from there, but definitely want to pack the box here if you're GlenOak, try to get the ball back before halftime.
Empty set for Andes. They've run this basically since the first possession when they tried heavy eye. 2 receivers on each side, tight end near side left. Andes, shotgun from the 40, takes the snap, throws it. This one's going to be caught by Cooper up to the 50-yard line. Screen play still going. There's flags everywhere. I was going to say that play had to have been over back at, however, whoever knows where, but there has to be some sort of extracurricular after the whistle type of shenanigans going down there. We don't like that. You don't need that.
No.
Maybe sometimes. Had a little bit of a it's going against Hoover.
Yeah, on Cooper, who had that reception of 3 yards, but the penalty will be marked off after that 15 yards, so it'll push them back to their own 35-yard line, and that down did count, the official said, so now we have a second down 22 for Hoover.
Wow. It is a long 22.
Yeah.
We saw, I wouldn't call it a melee, not like Maslin McKinley from a couple of years ago, but Maslin and St. Ed's getting into it on the field after the game last week for the handshake. 3 receivers right for Hoover. Andes takes the snap, hands it to his running back, who's got a lot of speed. Left side, he gets about, 9 of them yards back, maybe 8 of them at least, but that was a nice run on a second down, but you're going to need more now because it's third down and long.
Yeah, about third down and 14 they're putting on the board. So, yeah, big third down here. If you're GlenOak, try to get that stop, get the offense back out there, try to double dip before halftime.
4:30 to go. Hoover trying to make some noise before the half. They know GlenOak does get the football to start the third quarter. Tight end on the right side after motion. Quarterback keeps it himself, right side to the 45-50, 45-40. See ya. 25-20. Andes is into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Hoover.
57-yard rush on the quarterback keeper off the right side there. We talked earlier about his athletic ability, and he just showed it there.
Jack Andes says, get off me. I'm taking it into for 6. 4:10 to go. Just as we were saying it, they knew that they kind of had their backs against the wall a little bit. They could not have given GlenOak the football right here to end the second half, plus give it to him again to start the third quarter. What a play by Jack Andes, and it was really, really clutch, and it came at a good time. Now, let's see if the defense can come up with a stop. Possibly get another score before halftime. The kick is good. So it's going to be 14-7. Man, the scoreboard is really cut off here at Bob Cummings Field by the band.
Yeah.
Can't really see, but it's a good thing that we have good memory. Right, Derek?
Yep, and another score update. Northwest 7, Lake 0 in the second quarter. So that's one for our Federal League fans listening in. Northwest 7, Lake 0.
Yeah, you don't normally see Pac-7 versus Federal
Right.
League. That's, in D1 college standards, that's essentially SEC versus MAC.
Right. So
good for Northwest. They have an early lead over the Lake Blue Streaks. That game is at Lake, right?
Yes, it is.
I love Lake. Love that stadium. Nice, what would you call it? Pit?
Yeah, kind of built into the hill.
Yeah. Here's the kick from the 40, end over end, at the 1, returning to the 15. Little juke move up to the 20-something yard line, 21. So we'll see what GlenOak can do. If you missed it earlier on in the broadcast, GlenOak is the green uniforms with the white pants, all white pants, no trim, white helmet, green trim. Hoover coming out in the orange helmets. They're all orange with the white and black trim. They've got white uniforms, white jerseys with the black numbering, and their pants are black with white and orange trim. First down and 10 is going to go backwards. The running back, McClendon, sent back to the 18-yard line. They'll give him 19 with forward progress. But that's not what you want to do on first down, especially after giving up a touchdown. So now it kind of switches. What we were talking about with GlenOak getting that football, it's completely new ball game because what GlenOak doesn't want to do is give Hoover back the ball to go up 2 scores before halftime.
Right, yeah, going to need some positive plays here because Coach Baum and Hoover still have all 3 timeouts.
Quarterback goes to the right side, throws to the right side, and it's a dot right to the 33-yard line. It's good for a first down. That's going to be Chrissy to Saunders. We've heard that a couple of different times tonight, maybe 5.
Yeah, he's definitely the favorite target for the GlenOak quarterback. But a big first down there. The clock will be right around 3 minutes at this snap. So, a chance to run some clock, try to score before halftime, and then get the ball to start the second half.
Evan Chrissy sends 3 receivers this time to the left side, 1 to his right. He's got a running back on his left hip. Doesn't need the running back. Screen play to the 30-yard line and lit up immediately, trying to turn his feet and get away, but he's not going to be able to.
Yeah, it was Saunders again, but the Hoover defense was waiting for him. I think they're going to actually give him a loss of 1 on that reception.
Approaching the 2.5-minute point here in the second quarter. Hoover up 14-7. GlenOak taking their time. They're basically saying you won't get the football back unless you're going to use some timeouts and stop us on defense. Second down and long. McClendon goes up the middle, and he's hit hard right at the 30-yard line. My, oh, my. No, excuse me. I believe that was Rozier. DeMarlo Rozier, the running back at 5'8", couldn't fit through the hole.
Yeah, brings up third down and 13. A little surprised that Hoover didn't elect to use one of their 3 timeouts here to try to preserve some clock, but third down and long for the GlenOak Golden Eagles.
Well, it's up to GlenOak to make sure they use all of the play clock, and they don't. They snap it with 17 seconds to go. Chrissy's running for his life, chucks it deep down the field, out of bounds. Somehow Saunders almost made a play on it. There's 2 flags back in the backfield around the 25-yard line. I got a lot of questions about that play. First of all, you're right. They didn't use their timeout.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take that all the way down, I think, if you're GlenOak.
Yeah, I tried to take as much time as you could. Instead, you have the pass play. It falls incomplete, so the clock stands at 1:35 here as you bring your punt team out. Hoover looking to have good field position here with all 3 timeouts and about a minute 30 on the game clock.
Yeah, that is I think that is a bad decision. Quarterback and coach right there to not only eat that, but again, they've got to be on that sort of same page where, hey, we're up against the clock. We got to, there's no pressure. Let's take that all the way down to 2 seconds and then snap it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't get this, now Hoover gets the football back. If we do get it, we got about a minute to play.
Yeah, so 1:26 left on the first half clock. Hoover takes over the ball at their own 30-yard line with all 3 timeouts still in their pocket.
Encourage you to make sure you have everything you need before exiting. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy tonight's game.
Andes comes out in the shotgun here, takes snap, and looking to throw.
Wide open receiver, and it's going to be caught on the sideline.
Had to get turned around. The pass fluttered a little bit. The receiver there had to turn around. Number 23, Bryson Byer, an athletic catch there on the Hoover sideline. First down, Hoover at the GlenOak 46 with 1:20 left on the clock.
2 receivers on the right side now. One goes to the left. Shotgun again. Andes wheels to his right. At the 50, he tucks it and he runs it. Gets to the 40 and he goes out of bounds. So this is what we were just talking about. The miscues on Golden Eagle offense to not be able to use the time. The time management is just so key, especially in these last 2 minutes of the halves.
Yeah, now you're looking at Hoover driving here with a chance to extend their lead before halftime, so not a good spot to be in for the GlenOak Golden Eagles.
2 receivers on the left side, 1 onto the right. Andy's in the shotgun. He's going to be flushed out. He's going to go down. It's going to be a sack for GlenOak, so that's nice. It's going to force a timeout to be taken by Hoover, and that's going to leave them with just one remaining.
Yeah, Bredence Saunders on the sack there for the loss of 4 on that play. 1:05 left on the first half clock, so 2 timeouts left for Hoover. So still have a couple there, so still plenty of time here. But wants to take this timeout to preserve the clock, draw up your third down play here.
We'll get a scoreboard update on the score 7 here in a second. We'll check the MLB scores. Rangers are still winning 4-2 over your Guardians. Tigers, Red Sox 0-0. That game matters. You need Boston to win. Actually, I mean, to be honest, it could go either way. It just depends. But you really would prefer Boston to win that game, especially right now. But that could change going forward into the weekend. And then Houston takes on the Angels at 9:38 tonight. And Guardians fans, you are Angels fans tonight. Have you ever been to a West Coast baseball stadium?
No, I haven't.
I've been to Angels Stadium. Really, really nice.
Yeah.
Loved being out in California. I don't know that I'd live there, but being there for the week was really, really nice, especially to see Mike Trout play.
Yeah.
And it's real fun. 1:05 to go here. Hoover and GlenOak. It's 14-7. Andy's in the shotgun, takes the snap, throws it over the middle. This one's going to be caught at the 32-yard line. That's going to be good for a first down.
Found Byer again there for 12 that time for the first down as the Vikings go no huddle here with 55 and counting.
2 receivers on the right side, empty backfield. Bunch of men at the line of scrimmage. Andy's is going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run up to the 30. Puts his shoulder down at the 26-yard line. He's going to go down right there, so it'll be about a 2nd and 4 to go with 40 seconds remaining. Hoover still, I think they have just this last timeout, but the scoreboard says they have 2. They just took 1.
Yeah, so down to 1 now for Hoover. Here, a Friends and Family Credit Union timeout here with 40 seconds left. 2nd down and 4. You're right around the 27-yard line, so a little too far to think about field goal, so going to need some positive yards, but if you're Coach Baum, you're thinking 7. Looking here at our area scoreboard here, we have West Branch up 28-0 now over Minerva, so threatening to go into halftime with a running clock for the second half, and Coach Slate says our Federal League listeners know loves to run the ball, so hard to come back when you're down 4 scores and favor the run. We do have a score in the McKinley game. McKinley 7, Green 6 with 5:35 left in the first half. With 5:19 left in the first half, Perry 14, Jackson 3.
Andy's in the shotgun. Running back to his left. 2 receivers to his left. Andy's flushed out left side, and he's going to be hit out of bounds. That might be a late hit.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
Yeah, they had him out of bounds, and the second defender came in and extended his arms, pushing him to the ground, and the official was right there, and that's penalty every time. So instead of 3rd down and 5, you're going to give them an automatic first down with the personal foul penalty and put them into the RG Drag red zone.
2 mental mistakes that I could go back if GlenOak were to lose a close game tonight.
Mhm.
There's 2 mental mistakes that I could go back in the last 90 seconds of the ball game, 1 on offense, 1 on defense, that potentially is going to give Hoover an additional 7 points.
Yeah, and that's the difference sometimes between having a winning record and a losing record at the end of the year. So Hoover now in the RG Drag red zone right around the 14-yard line, 1 timeout remaining, 30 seconds left before the half.
It is a stern 30 seconds on the dot. 2 receivers on each side, a tight end to the right. Andy's in the shotgun, throws to the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete, almost intercepted. They had an Eagle closer to the ball than a Viking. 25 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Second down.
Now, you would love to get 7 here, but you are in a position where a field goal attempt isn't out of the question. So you want to be smart with the ball if you're Hoover, not to give away the possession.
And you are 14 yards away from the end zone, but you are only 10 yards away from the first down. 2 receivers on each side again, empty backfield. Andes takes the snap. He goes to the left side. He's going to gain maybe 4 yards. That'll take the clock down to 16. I don't think Hoover has any timeouts left. They're saying they have 2, but I thought they already used them. There's 8 seconds, and I'm going to go with that I'm right. There's no timeouts. There's no time on the clock except for 2 seconds. That pass is airmailed over the hands of his intended receiver. I thought what I was saying when they used that last timeout, the scoreboard said that they had 2.
Gotcha.
And they haven't taken the last 2 off. So Hoover is timeoutless. That's why they didn't use a timeout right there. And they're going to bring out the kicker to try to put 3 points on the board. That got confusing, but I hope I cleaned that up for everybody. Nobody beat on the scoreboard operator at Bob Cummings Field. No tweeting at him or nothing. He's doing a fine job. You just sometimes when they use the timeout, they should remove the timeout.
It's timeout GlenOak here, icing the kicker.
Yeah, there you go. Icing the GlenOak kicker. It works in all levels. And we'll keep it right here. We're not going to take a break. We'll see. Do we have any other score updates? Oh, wow. Yeah. We might.
Yeah, West Branch 35, Minerva 0, still in the second quarter. So if that score doesn't change, have a running clock situation in Beloit. Or actually, that one's in Minerva.
Yeah,
so.
that is it'd be interesting to know what quarter that one is in. Probably
The second. Yep.
We had a rapid first quarter and a long second quarter. Yeah. So it evens out. Each half seems to be about an hour. That's how it feels in high school football. Except for the Massillon games, then each half takes about 2 hours, it feels like. Hoover 14, GlenOak 7, 2 seconds to go. They're going to try a field goal at the horn, and we're going to get another timeout. How can that happen?
Yeah, it must be a different rule in high school than it is at the college and professional levels. Coach Garcia had all 3 timeouts, and he can't take them with you, so looks like he's going to burn them all right here. But, yeah, we're looking at about a 29, 30-yard, somewhere in that range, field goal attempt once we finally do get it up in the air. But 2 seconds left on the game clock here before half, and at halftime, we'll have some stats. We'll look around the area scores, and we'll go Jeff Mears for news. Yep, 29 yards is where they're marked.
From the left hash.
Yeah, so have it at an angle here. So not a straight-on, easy kick by any means.
Trying to put them up 10. Snap, hold, kick. I think it's blocked.
Yep.
It was low. I think the Eagles got a piece of it.
Yep, so you go to halftime, still only down 7. You know, we talked about some of the middle mistakes, some of the things that didn't go well for GlenOak here towards the end of the first half. But you get the ball to start the second half, you're only down 7. Not a bad spot to be in for Coach Garcia and the Golden Eagles.
Right. I mean, if I'm Garcia, I would definitely correct those 2 mistakes that they made in the last 90 seconds. But the good news is it's not going to affect them.
Mm-hmm.
14-7 is the score. High school football on Q92 is presented to you by Sarshone Ford. And we will hear a message from Sarshone Ford. We'll be back with news. We got Jeff Mears. We've got halftime thoughts. And we'll go back to the scoreboard to give you the updates around Stark County for high school football on Q92.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of Q92 News. A man has been charged with arson in a fire that damaged a vacant Alliance building. 41-year-old Thomas Jansel of Alliance was also charged with criminal trespassing in the blaze in the 100 block of East Main Street. Firefighters from Alliance and Sebring put out the fire Thursday morning. The building formerly housed pipe organ manufacturer Hill Green Lane and Company, founded in 1898. It closed in 1972. The building has been used by other businesses but has been vacant for decades. 3 years in prison for a Canton woman who stabbed her daughter to death. 49-year-old Terry Niner pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter and negligent assault in the July 10th slaying of 32-year-old Ayla Mangan. Investigators say Mangan, who had autism, had the knife first. Niner took it from her daughter during a struggle at a 20th Street Northeast home, during which the younger woman was stabbed. A Stark County grand jury earlier declined to indict Niner on murder and felonious assault charges. She can seek early release after about 1 year. A Stark County grand jury has indicted a man who caused a missing adult alert. Police say 31-year-old Kayla Giltz was taken in a vehicle at knife point from a motel on Sunset Strip Avenue Northwest by 38-year-old Jamie Triplett of Canton, September 17th. The pair were found at the Perry Inn on Lincoln Way East in Perry Township the following morning. Triplett was indicted on charges including aggravated robbery, kidnapping, disrupting public service, and aggravated menacing. The charges include a repeat violent offender specification from 2012. Triplett had been granted early release on those charges in February. A Wellsville man pleads guilty to charges of obstructing justice and tampering with evidence stemming from a murder in the village. 41-year-old Brandon Kessler entered the plea September 19th in Columbiana County Common Pleas Court. Sentencing is scheduled for November 21st. Prosecutors said Kessler lied to police investigating the slaying of 30-year-old Robert Heron of East Liverpool. He was found shot to death behind a garage on 10th Street in September 2024. 34-year-old Gino Wall of Steubenville is on trial for related charges, including aggravated murder. Kessler testified Thursday he threw the alleged murder weapon into the Ohio River at Wellsville. He said Wall told him to get rid of it. The Columbiana County Port Authority officially has a new executive director. Brittany Smith was named to the post Monday by the Board of Directors. She succeeds Penny Trena, who retired April 1st. Smith joined the Port Authority in 2018 as Finance and Grant Coordinator and was promoted to Assistant Director 3 years later. She is a graduate of Salem High School and Mount Union. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
The former president and vice president of Youngstown Professional Firefighters Union Local 312 are suing the city's mayor. The civil lawsuit was filed in Mahoning County Common Pleas Court by John Rocco and Jordan Thomas. Mayor Tito Brown is accused of making racist remarks toward Rocco and Thomas during a September 2024 meeting. The suit also alleges Brown claimed the pair were being racist toward him and telling local media they were the aggressors. Rocco and Thomas denied the claims. The suit seeks damages for emotional pain and suffering, loss of professional standing, and harm to their reputation, as well as punitive damages. A domestic violence charge was filed Thursday night against an Austintown Township trustee candidate. 29-year-old Emily Saccone was arrested after a 911 call reported an altercation at a South Edge Hill Avenue home just before 10 p.m. Saccone is also the wife of Mahoning County Clerk of Courts Michael Saccone. According to WFMJ-TV, police found the man with scratches on his forehead and neck and bleeding from a leg wound. 3 children in the home were placed with relatives. Saccone is scheduled for a hearing in Mahoning County Court Monday afternoon. A man is in custody after leading Youngstown police on a chase through the city early today. Around 12:40, officers spotted a vehicle reported stolen from Lakewood and involved in recent events in Youngstown. The man sped away when they attempted a traffic stop. Police say the pursuit reached speeds of 75 miles per hour and the car ignored stop signs. It ended at a home on East Florida Avenue. The suspect ran inside the house where officers arrested him. Police also found a loaded magazine with 9mm rounds but couldn't find the related gun. At Cleveland area home builders, the subject of an indictment alleging involvement in a nearly $3 million fraud scheme. 51-year-old Jeffrey Crawford of Avon is owner of Cleveland Custom Homes. A Cuyahoga County grand jury charged him with passing bad checks. Crawford is accused of taking money from investors with a promise of profit and failing to repay the funds. The activity began in July 2021. Prosecutors say a Cortland man invested $80,000 with Crawford and was given 5 checks that bounced when deposited. Checks were issued between August and December 2023. Crawford is also charged with grand theft and securing writings by deception for depriving the victim of money by deception between May 2023 and this month. At least 5 other people in Cuyahoga and Lorain counties allegedly were affected by the scheme. The 21-count indictment also includes charges of engaging in a pattern of corrupt activity, aggravated theft, telecommunications fraud, and forgery. 6 Ohio projects are receiving $2.1 million in grants from the Appalachian Regional Commission's Investments Supporting Partnerships and Recovery Ecosystems, known as the INSPIRE Initiative. The funds are aimed at improving businesses and preparing individuals for new opportunities in the workforce. Kent State University is getting $100,000 for research and development of a workforce training program in drone operations. It will be for people in recovery in Ashtabula and Trumbull counties. $500,000 is going to Youngstown area Goodwill Industries. It will be used for a 3-phase approach to providing general job readiness and industry-specific workforce training for individuals in recovery in Columbiana, Mahoning, and Trumbull counties. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first a look at the forecast. For the overnight, patchy fog, otherwise partly cloudy skies, and a low near 54. A mix of sun and clouds Saturday with a high reaching 78. Sunday, sunshine, a high of 82. From the Q92 newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just experienced the 2025 edition of the Hoover Viking Marching Band. Tomorrow night, the Hoover Marching Band is
Halftime here at GlenOak, Bob Cummings Field. 14-7. Hoover has a Federal League rivalry matchup over the GlenOak Golden Eagles. We'll get to a scoreboard update in the high school football world here in a second. Let's go to MLB. We'll give you a score update there because a lot of Guardians fans paying a close attention to a couple of different games. Guardians down 4-2 to the Texas Rangers. The Detroit Tigers are scoreless with the Boston Red Sox. And another game that matters if you're a Guardians fan, the Astros and the Angels, they play tonight at 9:38. Derek Dimmitt's going to give you some score updates around the county of Stark in Ohio. Now he's going to do it.
Yeah.
Because I had you put your microphone on.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, we'll start off. Green and McKinley. McKinley up 7-3 at half in that battle of the Bulldogs for the Federal League. Louisville 7, Central Catholic 0. That's a surprising score there. Louisville's been off to a great start. Central Catholic's been bogged down by some injuries, but hanging tough with the Leopards of Louisville. Some EBC scores: Marlington's tied 7-7 with Carrollton at the half. Newcomerstown up 16-0 over East Canton in the second quarter. Manchester over Tuslaw 21-0 in the second quarter. Northwest and Lake knotted at 7 in the second quarter. Perry up 14-3 in the second quarter. Orville 20, Canton South 16 in the second quarter. Alliance up 27-21 in the second quarter. West Branch up 42-0 over Minerva still in the second quarter. Indian Valley 49, Sandy Valley 0. JFK Kennedy Eagles 32, St. Thomas Aquinas 0. And those are the scores around the area. And we'll keep an eye on that as the rest of tonight goes along here. But we'll throw out some stats here. We'll start with the host, the GlenOak Golden Eagles. Quarterback Evan Chrissy, he is 6 of 8 for 91 yards and 1 touchdown on the evening. That touchdown, a 5-yarder to tight end John Hamilton. Leading rusher for the Golden Eagles, Davion McQuindon. He has 24 yards on 11 rushes. Flipping it over now to the visiting Hoover Vikings, who are up 14-7 here in this game at halftime. Quarterback Jack Andes, 6 of 9 for 60 yards in the first half. Leading receiver Bryson Byer, 3 receptions, 48 yards. Also receiving for Hoover, Drake Cooper, 3 receptions, 12 yards. Leading rusher is Jack Andes. He has 111 yards on 15 carries. The big one, that 57-yard touchdown run that broke the tie, gave Hoover the lead. Been a great first half by the quarterback in place of the injured John Collins, fellow senior Jackie Andes, stepping up into that role and doing a great job for Coach Brian Baum and the Hoover Vikings here.
Let's go down to the field and we'll get a listen to the GlenOak Golden Eagle Marching Band.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Back here from Bob Cummings Field on the campus of GlenOak High School here. Hoover 14, GlenOak 7. Still about 4.5 minutes left on the halftime clock here as the GlenOak band continues to play on a beautiful night here in Stark County. Week 6 high school football season. The league play really taking hold across the county here and beyond, and rivalries weeks coming upon us. We'll be having homecoming games on our network here in the coming weeks. So exciting time to be a high school football fan in Stark County. Again, 14-7 Hoover over GlenOak here with a few minutes left here on halftime. And then we'll be back with second half action.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Second half about to kick off here from Bob Cummings Field at GlenOak. It's Hoover 14, GlenOak 7. I'm Ryan Bevere joining you in the broadcast booth with Derek Dimmitt. We've got the second half, a whole 24 minutes to go. GlenOak, we were talking about this to end the first half. They made a couple of mental errors, one on offense, one on defense. It did not cost them. What was said at halftime, they get the ball, they scored first, but 14 unanswered by Hoover.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Garcia, you go into halftime there and, it's a pretty good spot to be in. Only down 7, you get the ball first here to start the second half. You're at home. You're playing a very, very talented Hoover Viking football team, but you got to come out here in the third quarter and hit the ground running, try to get back and positive yards. Javion McClendon does have 24 yards, but his last 5 rushes, only 1 has been for positive yards. So Hoover's done a great job bottling him up after some of those first drives. So you got to get him going again. And Evan Chrissy, continue. He's found Caden Saunders, John Hamilton, Gavin Bradford. So, you got to keep attacking if you're the GlenOak Golden Eagles. And then on the other side, if you're Hoover, you didn't score there before half. You had the field goal opportunity. It was blocked, fell short. You want to come out, you got to have a good defensive stop here, get the offense back on the field, not give GlenOak any hope here to start the second half.
As we said, GlenOak is going to get the football to start. They won the toss. They elected to defer, so this is what they wanted at the beginning of the game. And really, if you think about it, they scored first. So winning the toss went every which way they wanted it to go, because they got the stop, they got the touchdown, and now they get the football. It's just those 14 points unanswered in between the GlenOak's first touchdown and where we're at right now. But that's why we've got 24 minutes left to play. Hoover is undefeated at 5-0. GlenOak is 1-4. They're searching for their first Federal League win of the season. The kick from the 40 goes right to left. It's in the air. I didn't even notice it got dark, Derek. Kick return is brought all the way out to about the 30-yard line, and that's where the GlenOak Golden Eagle offense will set up shop.
Yeah, another nice return there by Saunders gives GlenOak good field position. And yeah, here as we've entered fall here this week, it's definitely getting darker, faster.
First and 10 from the 30. GlenOak in the green jerseys will come out. First down and 10. Evan Chrissy, junior quarterback, has an empty set. 5 wide. Man in motion from right to left. Chrissy keeps it himself to the left side. He gets in between the tackle and the guard, and he's slammed down after about 2 yards.
Yeah, had the option there with McClendon off to his left, decided to keep it, cut up in between the guard and tackle, and was met by the defense there after a gain of 2.
RJ Hairston is going to be the wide receiver to the right side. There's another receiver to the right as well. We've got 2 receivers to the left and a tight end near side on the right. McClendon, jet sweep. He's going to cut it upfield. He'll get about 3 more yards down at the 35-yard line. And this will bring up a 3rd down and about 5 to go for GlenOak.
Yeah, definitely manageable here, 3rd and 5, but you don't want to go 3 and out here on this opening possession of the second half, giving Hoover the ball and still with the lead. So a big 3rd down here for Coach Garcia and the Golden Eagles.
Kadron Saunders had a pretty big first half for the Eagles. He's going wide out to the left. I wouldn't be shocked if they went screen that way. Here's the snap. 5 receivers. They go deep down the field, and it's over the head of his intended receiver. That would have went to 6 for 6 if the tight end and the quarterback were on the same page.
Yeah, running the post route there, and quarterback threw it a little bit behind him there. He tried to make a turn to make that catch, but it was too far behind him, so it brings up 4th down and a 3 and out caused by the Hoover defense. So they'll get the ball here in the early stages of the 3rd quarter.
When you've got a tight end going on a post route,
yeah,
but he doesn't need to post because the safety's not there. It's basically a fly route. He's got to know just to keep going. There's there's no one you're trying to post out right there.
Yep.
He was wide open by himself. So once you beat that safety, you're free to the end zone. You don't need to go right. You don't need to go left. Just find the football. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for Hoover going the opposite way. Their offense is John Collinsless. Hurt last week. Was that your game, Derek?
No, I forget who had that one, but there was that tough battle with Louisville, and Collins was hurt, I think, late in the later stages of the first half of that one, but it's been the Jack Andy show thus far tonight.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback keeps it himself. Andy's to the left side. He's going to get a chunk of about 6 or 7 yards. Hoover basically back-to-back weeks with a rivalry matchup. Louisville, you could stamp them as a rival. You could stamp GlenOak as a rival of Hoover, but it doesn't get much better than Jackson and Hoover, which is their ultimate rival. So they've got a pretty hefty schedule of rivalries year in and year out. That's what high school football in Stark County is about. 3 receivers to the right side, shotgun formation, tailback gets swarmed in the backfield. He's going to go back, losing about 2 to 3 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about medium.
Yeah, if there's one thing that the GlenOak defense has done well tonight, with a few exceptions, Andy's had that 57-yard touchdown scamper in the first half. But other than that, they've kept the run game under wraps very well tonight. Right now forcing a 3rd down and 6.
2 receivers near side to the left from the left hash. 2 receivers far to the right. Andy takes the snap. He wheels to his right. He's being chased. He gets to the 30. It's a tuck and run. Can he get there? He does. 1st down for Hoover. Just got it to the 40-yard line. They'll move the sticks.
Yeah, he did a great job there escaping to his right. He had a defender chasing him down. Senior linebacker Dom Wagner was in pursuit. Andy's did just enough to duck the defender and get the 1st down.
9 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Hoover. Snap goes from the shotgun. Handoff to the tailback, trying to cut it upfield to the left side. He isn't going to get anything. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. The ball carrier was Ryan Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford, that's his third attempt of the night, but only 4 yards so far for the, I believe, sophomore running back. Junior running back. My apologies.
8:32 to play, third quarter. Hoover in no rush. They're fine with eating every minute of the third quarter if they have to. Tight end in motion from left to right. That puts 3 receivers on the right side. Andes takes the snap. He goes to the right side. It's a design run for the quarterback. First down up to the 45-yard line, and it'll go down. Nice pickup by Jack Andes. It's getting. There is a flag in the backfield. Looks like this might be going against Hoover, just depending on. Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that races a nice 15-yard run by Jack Andes, which would have put the Vikings in GlenOak territory. Instead, they'll back it up here, and it'll be second down and long.
What do you think about GlenOak maybe selling out?
Yeah,
Seems like Hoover is just going to continue to do the same thing, one side to the other.
Yeah, I think you definitely want to bring your safeties up to kind of help and maybe try to force the hand of Hoover to go to the air. They have a handful of times, but definitely have preferred the run thus far this evening.
When they do throw it, it seems like it's right around the line of scrimmage.
Right,
so even
yeah.
if you stack the box and you sell out the run, you're not necessarily hurting yourself because it doesn't look like Hoover's going to try to go over the top. That's a big swing right there. We went from 1st and 10 from the 45 to 2nd and 20 from the 30.
Yeah, about a 25-yard difference there between where they were, but they are getting 5 yards back here, encroachment on GlenOak, so that'll bring up second down and 15 for Hoover.
Still doesn't quite erase the penalty just because of how big of a play it was for a first down, but regardless, empty set again for Andes. I would imagine he's going to run it to the right or the left. It just depends on which side. Under 8 to go.
Has his tight end off to his left.
Andes the snap, right side. He's trying to get the sideline. He got it. He turns up the corner, but he's shoved out of bounds. For a second, it looked like he was going to cut it upfield and grab that first down, but a third down and very manageable here.
Yeah, got about half of the yardage needed. Had second down and 15. Now gain of 8 brings up third down and 7. Here with 7:41 left in the third quarter.
Same formation they've been running all night. 2 receivers on each side. They've got the tight end on the left this time. And he's right close to the line of scrimmage in the backfield. Here's the snap. They will throw. Andes flushed out of the pocket to the right side. Sideline. He's going to go down. Is that a quarterback sack? It is.
Yeah, great pursuit there. Great pursuit there by the GlenOak defense, forcing Andes out of bounds there for a loss of about 4. Brings up 4th and 10, and we'll have the Hoover Vikings first punt of the second half. So great defense of stop there by the GlenOak Golden Eagles.
Saunders is back deep at the 25-yard line. He stands. The far hash. The punt will come from the 30, about the 28-yard line. And it'll be fair caught on the opposite 30-yard line. So first down and 10 coming up for the Golden Eagles of GlenOak. 6:50 to go in the third quarter from Bob Cummins Field. This has been a couple of back-to-back years of no jackets at these football games. It's very, very nice. I remember last year I didn't bust out a jacket until week 10, Maslin McKinley, and I didn't even have to. I don't even think it was chilly. I just wanted to wear, I had an orange polo and a red jacket, so I wanted to wear it, and I did, and I forced the jacket upon myself, but it's nice to, I remember some week 3s where we were bundled up.
Right, definitely. It's been a great year. Temperatures in the 70s, no precipitation to talk about, so great season thus far.
2 receivers, single file on both sides. They go to the left side. This is Saunders. Screen caught up to the 31-yard line, maybe the 32. They're going to give him the 33. That didn't look like 3 yards, but they're going to give him 3 yards. And it'll be second down and 7. Already week 6 also. We're more than halfway done with week 6. I cannot believe how fast the year is gone. We've got 4 more weeks after this.
Yep.
To the playoffs. Mind-boggling. 6:16 to go, 14-7. Hoover has that lead. GlenOak, they're going to send a man in motion from left to right. That's McClendon. Now they've got 3 receivers on the right side, 1 near side to the left. No, it's going to be 2. They're going to go deep down the field towards the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. They were going for about 20 yards right there. They got none.
Yeah, tried to find McClendon there streaking up the middle, but the pass was low and behind him, so signals crossed once again for the GlenOak receiver and quarterback. So 3rd down and 7, 5:59 left on the third quarter clock. GlenOak's ball at their own 33-yard line. Hoover up 14-7.
Halfway to go in the third. 7-point lead for Hoover. Here come the Eagles. Quarterback Chrissy wheels to the right, fires to the right. It's incomplete, in and out of the hands of his receiver towards the 50-yard line, and GlenOak is going to have to punt the ball. That was the fastest possession by either team all night long.
Yeah, it's been a couple 3 and outs here for GlenOak to start the second half. 2 possessions, 2 3 and outs. So not a good start on offense for the GlenOak Golden Eagles. So you may need to rely on your defense to maybe force a turnover, try to turn the momentum back in their favor.
I believe that might have been the first. Here's the punt from the 25. I was saying I think that might be the first 3 and out since Hoover went 3 and out in the first quarter. What a beautiful punt. It's going to go inside the 10-yard line, down at the 5. What a beautiful punt. End over end. Count the yards. What is that? 65 yards off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's a beautiful punt, and the roll right down inside the 10 to the 5. Great opportunity for the GlenOak defense to try to, force a turnover, or at the very least a 3 and out, get your offense out there with good field position potentially. So a big drive here for Hoover to try to extend the lead and take some time off of this clock.
First down and 10 inside the 5-yard line. Andy's in the shotgun, heels on the end zone line. It's going to be a flag, it looks like, because there was a wide open hole. That was about to be a 95-yard touchdown run, but instead they're going to go backwards.
Yeah, false start on the offense. Be half the distance to the goal here, so won't be a full 5 yards, but still starting even closer to the goal line for the Hoover Vikings.
There's 5:41 to go. I got a college football score update for you. The last I checked, Virginia was beating Florida State 14-0. It's now 21-14 Florida State. For a first down and about 12 and a half, they give it to the running back, right side, and he's going to bounce off a tackle, and he almost broke free, but he's just going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. If you're a Ryder Cup fan, the Europeans are winning 5.5 to 2.5. I'm not going to explain that scoring for those who don't understand, but a good start for the Europeans today. 5 minutes to go. Second down and 10. They give it to the running back right side and maybe a yard. So this could be a real big defensive stop offered up by the special teams to turn this game around and get GlenOak back into things. They would just need a stop right here, and then it's almost a guarantee that they're going to get at least decent field position.
Yeah.
Probably great field position. Here we go. Big third down and about 8 to go. Andes takes the snap. He goes to the left side. Designed run for the quarterback on third down, and it looks like he's going to be tripped up just short of it.
Yeah, needed to get to about the 17-yard line, got brought down at the 15, so bring up fourth down and a long one, but Coach Brian Baum bringing the punt team out onto the field.
Under 4 to play now. It's going to be a 4th down and 1. Punt team will be out on the field. Saunders is back at the 50 to receive this punt. If Hoover can get it to the 50, they'd call it a good punt. The punt goes from the 5. It's nearly blocked. Saunders catches it at the 48-yard line, and he's going to go down immediately. He went down awkwardly. Let's hope that he's all right. And he walks off just fine. 3:28 to go. It's going to be a first down for the Eagles, about the 46-yard line, I suppose.
There is a flag back around the 26-yard line, so the refs conferred to discuss what the penalty was, and looks like we'll... So holding on the return, back it up another 10 yards, so it'll be the 36-yard line where the GlenOak offense will begin.
Not great.
No, not what you want. As you said, with punting from as deep in the territory as Hoover was, great opportunity for Hoover to get the ball near midfield. The penalty backs them up to the 36. So not what you want if you're a GlenOak Golden Eagle fan or Coach Scott Garcia.
And it negates the punt
right? Yeah,
from GlenOak that they pinned him inside the 5-yard line. That's a wash.
Mm-hmm.
14-7 still the score. 3:28 to go. Quarterback takes the snap. He's flushed out of the pocket again. Chrissy goes deep downfield. He's got a man. It's going to be caught, dropped. I don't believe it.
He had 2 receivers down there and looked like the one may have cut in front of the one that it was intended for, and the ball fell to the ground, and that's definitely one that if you're Evan Chrissy, you want back.
The only thing standing in the way of the intended receiver in the end zone was about 1 million turf pellets on the ground. Which I've got them all in my shoes, I got to say.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie. I'm maybe a freak a little bit, but something about a Friday night getting the turf pellets lodged in your socks is kind of nice. 2nd down and 10. Chrissy flushed out, runs, first down, slides at the 50-yard line. He'll go down around the 49. It'll be a first down for GlenOak. 3:13 to go, and they're rolling.
Yeah, nice 15-yard run there by Evan Chrissy. Puts the GlenOak offense on the Hoover side of the field for the first time in the second half here with just about 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
I have bad news, but we'll get to that in a little bit. We are under 3 to play, 14-7. Hoover has that lead. Chrissy takes the snap. Again, immediately goes right up the middle. First down and then some for 16 yards, and it's a first down for GlenOak. Yeah. Hurry up offense again. They're going to send 3 receivers left, 2 to the right, and they'll go right up the middle again. They can't stop Chrissy. He goes left side. Bounces it out. First down inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Garcia has definitely found something that works here. 3 rushes, all first downs for Evan Chrissy. 15, 16, and that last one, 11 yards as they march close to the RG Drag red zone.
It is the simplest of plays. Snap it and run forward and try to find a hole. Basically like a Josh Cribbs Wildcat offense is essentially what we're seeing right now, and it's been working the last 3 plays. Evan Chrissy gets the call, goes back into the huddle. I suppose I'll break the bad news. The Detroit Tigers. They're leading the Red Sox 3-1. That does not have anything good to say about the Cleveland Guardians. We'll get a flag. Nope, it's going to be a timeout. This one's going to be taken by GlenOak. We'll take a timeout ourselves. We'll see you in 30 seconds. Sam Berklin's going to get you geared up for some Mount Union football.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to GlenOak, Bob Cummings Field. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Derek Dimmitt. I'm excited for Mount Union tomorrow. They've beaten two nationally ranked teams in the top 25 already this season, and a big one against B-Dub tomorrow. You can join us at 1 o'clock on our sister station, 1310 WDPN. First down and 10 for the Eagles. A screenplay to McClendon. McClendon's got it, turning his feet to the 20, inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. And he'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him out at the 16.
Yeah, nice 7-yard gain there on the pass there to the running back, Javion McClendon. There's a nice block there by Dean DeMickle of GlenOak that sprung McClendon loose there on that screen. So nice block there by the wide receiver.
Gavin Bradford is the nearest receiver to the left. Chrissy doesn't need him. He uses his own legs, bounces off a defender, goes to the pylon, dives. It's a touchdown for GlenOak. Unless they're going to say he was out.
They're discussing at the goal line. No signal yet.
Hoover is pointing like they have the football. I didn't see the ball come out.
Yeah, I didn't.
The Hoover players are pointing. Maybe they're just saying. So they're going to say he went out at the 1.
Yeah, but Evan Chrissy, it looked like he was stopped around the 10-yard line, and then he just found another burst of speed and broke an arm tackle and got down near the goal line. They marked him down at the 1.
First down and goal. Direct snap to the quarterback. He'll go up the middle, and he's going to lose a yard. Clock is moving, or it's not actually. Should be. Should it not be?
Yeah, I'm not sure why
Clock's not moving, but now it is. Here's the snap. Again, Wildcat. They dive. It's a touchdown for the Eagles.
Dom Wagner, the senior tailback linebacker, took the direct snap off the right side there for the touchdown.
He's a captain, and he's got his Eagles 1 point away from a tie ball game against the undefeated Hoover Vikings. This is the back 9 of the season. Everyone's 0-0 after week 5. GlenOak's got a good chance right now to be 1-0 moving forward in the season, which would be ironic because Hoover would have their first loss. Here's the kick. It's almost blocked, but it's not. It's good. It's 14-all. Here at GlenOak, we got a good one. Still $1:25 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back for that in about 60 seconds on Q92.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
This is head coach Scott Garcia from the GlenOak Golden Eagles. You're listening to high school football on Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back to high school football presented by Sarshone on Q92, we're at Bob Cummings Field at GlenOak. GlenOak, the Eagles just tied it up 14-all.
What a game so far.
Looking like the real game of the week on Q92. What is that McKinley and Green score? We got a scorer update on that one?
Last I have is 7-3 at halftime. At halftime, Alliance 30, Salem 21. We'll get some more after this kick.
Kick's going to go into the end zone just barely. Oh, my goodness. That was risky business right there.
Yeah, it barely made it into the end zone. One more score here. Perry 16, Jackson 6 with 5:09 left in the third quarter, and West Branch 49-0 over Minerva in the third. One more just came in, Northwest 10, Lake 7 in the third quarter. So some surprising scores across the Federal League as it stands right now.
Some might say this is a surprise.
Yeah.
GlenOak tied with Hoover, 14-all. 1-4 GlenOak, 5-0 Hoover. Crosstown Federal League rivals, 4 receivers, 1 tight end. It's been like that all night. Andes takes the snap. He goes up the middle, bounces out to the left. He's got a first down. 35, brought down around the 40. They'll get him down at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice stiff arm to get a few extra yards there by Jack Andes, and he saw Evan Chrissy do it on the GlenOak side last drive, and he's picking up what Chrissy was doing. So a big 22-yard gain there on the first play of this drive.
Hoover's offense a lot more relaxed and slowed down than GlenOak. Andes takes the snap, wheels to his right, fires to the right side. It's caught. Broken tackle up the sideline, out of bounds at the 45-yard line. First down for Hoover. So a nice drive, 2 plays. They've gone they've gone a pretty good chunk of that field.
Yeah, about 33 yards this drive. That was Michael Stater on the reception there, junior wide receiver.
Under a minute to play. Hand off to the back. He'll go up the middle, and he's going to go down immediately. Maybe a gain of a yard. Some pushing and shoving afterwards. No flags. Second down and 9. Hoover will probably take the play clock down and run one final play, and then they will switch to the other end of the field, which is only about 10 yards from where they're standing now. Empty set again. Andes in the shotgun, takes the snap at the 50. He goes to the left, and he's going to get buried in the backfield. Nice play by the GlenOak defense. They had about 3 Eagles there, and that's going to push them backwards. It'll be third down and 11.
Yeah, we got an injured Eagle on the play, so we'll stop the clock here. Third down and 11. Knotted at 14, though. But, yeah, coming in, you look at the records. It's 5-0 Hoover up against 1-4 GlenOak. But you get into these Federal League games, and you can throw the records out the window because once it's teed up, it's 0-0. And it's such a competitive league top to bottom and GlenOak's proven it tonight. But I can't see a number on the injured player. I do believe it's a defensive lineman, Coach Garcia, out with the training staff checking on him.
We'll step aside and hope that the young man is all right. Looks like he's getting up to his feet right now, but we'll take a 30-second break and we'll give you an update on Q92.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
Derrico Jordan, a junior defensive lineman, was the one who was walking off of the field on his own power. It looked like he was in some discomfort. And we are going to go to the fourth quarter. Everyone hold your 4s up. Who does that? What school? I can't remember. I think Lake might do that. I don't know. We'll check on some scores when we come back, and we'll finish the fourth quarter from Bob Cummings Field right here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
This is head coach Brian Baum from the North Canton Hoover Vikings football team. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome to the fourth quarter of Bob Cummings Field. It is 14-all. GlenOak and Hoover knotted up. Hoover does have the football. It's 3rd down and 10 from the 46-yard line of GlenOak's territory. The shotgun snap is now. Here's Andes. He's got it. He fires downfield. It's incomplete. Threw it into double coverage. That was basically either we're going to get a flag, we're going to get a first down, or that's going to be our punt.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. That is exactly what it looked like there. But great defense. They're able to block or break up that pass attempt, and we'll have another Hoover punt here. So GlenOak looking to get the ball back here just at the early stages of the fourth quarter of this game, 14-14.
I'm a methodical guy, Derek. A very methodical guy, and sometimes I like to put my head in put my shoes in the shoes of a head coach. Is there any chance right now that Coach Garcia is thinking, let's try to use the entire fourth quarter and come away with 7 points? Is that possible?
Yeah, that's asking a lot. They've been at their best when they've been in that no huddle, quick succession plays. And last drive was the Evan Chrissy show. He had runs of 15, 16, 11, and 15 that marched them right down the field before the Dom Wagner direct snap touchdown to put the bow on that drive. But yeah, if you're Coach Garcia, you want to definitely take some time off the clock and a very, like you said, methodical drive.
1st down and 10. Quarterback is going to be flushed out. Nothing doing on that one. Not a sack, but nothing gained. 2nd down and 10. So you could flip it, and you could do the exact opposite of what I want them to do and what they probably should do, because what you mentioned, they've been doing really, really well with a fast-paced, no huddle offense. Coach Garcia could look at it like we have 2 cracks at scoring. They have 1.
Right. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Hoover showed there on that 1st down play that it may take someone other than Evan Chrissy to drive this ball down the field.
We're under 11 to go. I feel like that clock's going to move very quick in the fourth quarter. Tied at 14, motion from the right side to the left. McClendon is in the backfield with the quarterback. He gets the ball. He goes up the middle. This is going to be close to a 1st down. I don't think he quite got there, but it's going to be a 3rd down and short, possibly 3rd and 1.
Yeah, nice 8 or 9 yard gain there by McClendon off the left side of the offensive line. 10:30 left here in the fourth quarter.
It'll be a 3rd and 1. Tough spot to be a 3rd and 1. You can't go for it.
Right.
Could, but you don't really want to. You want to just pick up the 3rd down. So Coach Garcia is going to reach down in his bag of tricks right now and say, what is the best play I have for 3rd and 1? Because it means a lot. Here's the snap. They give it to McClendon left side. 1st down. Got about 5 yards. He needed 1, and the sticks are going to move for GlenOak.
Yeah, the Hoover defense definitely paying attention to Evan Chrissy on there, that almost like a run pass option there, RPO to McClendon. He came, like you said, off the left side here for that gain of 5, but looked like the linebackers were following Chrissy on that.
9:38 to play. 2 receivers on the left side. They don't matter. They give it to McClendon. He goes up the middle for 2 yards. The clock still moves. And the Eagles are going forward. They're just doing it at a slow pace, not as fast as what they have been doing. You could do it either way. But I think what you said, the way that they've been playing, fast-paced offense, because another reason, Derek, is now they're flirting with possibly giving Hoover the last crack.
Right, that's another thing to look at. But
here's the snap. Quick pass is going to be caught to the left side, out of bounds to the 36. That one is going to be R.J. Hairston, senior wide receiver. Quiet night for him.
Yeah, that's the first time he's been on the receiving end thus far. A very manageable 3rd down and 2. Harrison did go out of bounds, so the clock did stop at 8:56, but very manageable 3rd down here for the GlenOak Golden Eagles.
It's 3rd and 2. 3 receivers, 1 tight end to the right side. They give it to McClendon. He goes back to the left. They cannot stop him. They can't stop him. He's across the 50. They can't stop him. He's to the 40. Out of bounds goes McClendon.
Yeah, give him 24 yards on that rush, his longest of the night by far for Javion McClendon. And quick snap.
It is a quick snap to the left side and another 6 yards for the running back. This one is going to be DeMarlo Rozier. So now they're going hurry up. They crossed the 50, and now they want to go hurry up. I almost think that they should have done it differently. Here's Rozier again. He's going to be swallowed up in the backfield. But now they're definitely showing signs of this is a 2-for-1 opportunity. We have 2 cracks at the end zone. They're only going to get 1 chance. I just think they should have, if they were going to do it that way, they should have started that way, I think. Because now that they're inside the 50 with 8 minutes to play, they could take this down to as long as they really wanted to. Here's the snap on 3rd down. They need this one, and they're not going to get it. The quarterback's going to go down. No, he's not. Chrissy breaks free, and he's tripped up. Somehow, Evan Chrissy picked up a yard on that play, and this is 4-down territory. Evan Chrissy was about to lose about 10 yards, and somehow he squeaked away, and he gained 1. It's a 4th down and 5. There's 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go, and as we kind of predicted, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, kind of in that in-between, too close to punt, too far for the field goal attempt. So here's a 4th down attempt.
Here we go, empty set. Quick pass to the left side, and it's dropped by McClendon. That would have been just enough for a 1st down, but Hoover is going to take it the other way. So now they have that option, whether they can try to just do it slow and see what happens, or they could legitimately say, hey, we got a 2-for-1 here.
Yeah, Evan Chrissy limping off the field. I think he got his ankle turned on that previous play, but on that one, that was a rocket, and McClendon wasn't quite ready for it. I don't think it went through his arms.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 1 tight end near side to the left. Andes takes the snap. He wheels to his left. It looks like it's a designed run for him. He was thinking run all the way. He goes out of bounds, but it looks like there's a flag that's going to come in late. Yeah. This one's going to go against GlenOak, it looks like.
Yeah, we have a Hoover player without his helmet back about 10 yards from where that play ended.
This could be 15.
Yeah.
Which would be a travesty for GlenOak if this is an extra 15 yards. Because this would automatically put them
in GlenOak
territory just by a smidge, but they'd be right there.
Yeah, and on that play, you hold Andy's only to a gain of about 1 or 2, so would have been, a good start for your defense, but we'll get the call here from the official.
After the play, unnecessary roughness, personal foul, number 45, GlenOak. After the play, 22, unsportsmanlike, North Canton. That would be the personal sportsmanlike. Results in a penalty of 1st and 10.
So we'll get this straightened out here. We had a personal foul on GlenOak and unsportsmanlike conduct on Hoover, so they marched off the 15 yards for the personal foul. Now they're bringing back the 15 yards for the unsportsmanlike, but after all that, it's a 1st down and 10 for Hoover at about where they were.
Yeah, I was starting to question things because the chain gang was moving forward and it didn't make sense, but now they got it all sorted out. So two unsportsmanlike penalties offset, and we'll do it again.
Yep.
All right.
Clock running under 7 minutes now in the 4th quarter.
6:56, 1st down and 10 for Hoover. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Andes takes it himself up the middle. He'll get a couple of different yards, 4 to maybe 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for Hoover. Clock is approaching the 6.5-minute mark. Things are starting to get a little dicey here, and the coaches are got to be looking at that clock, trying to figure out some sort of game management the rest of the way. 2nd down and 6. Same formation as the play before. Tight end is flipped. Here's the quarterback. He's got the ball to the right side, bounces it back to the left side, puts a nice, mean, stiff arm into a GlenOak Eagle, and picks up a couple extra. Oh,
yeah, that was a forearm shiver there on that stiff arm, but GlenOak is able to force him out of bounds before he gets that 1st down, so it'll be about 3rd down and a long 2 or so here with 6:12 left in the 4th quarter.
Note to self, don't try to chase down Jack Andes ever in my life. 6:12 to go, tied at 14. Big 3rd down for Hoover. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Andes goes left side. He's got the 1st down. He's got a little extra inside the 45 in a game-saving tackle by GlenOak.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that tackle there, and I didn't get the number, unfortunately, but a great stop, because if he got through that little gap there, he likely would have been to pay dirt.
We're officially under 6 minutes, 5:55 and counting. We're knotted up at 14. GlenOak took a 7-0 lead. Hoover answered with 14 points of their own, and then since then, GlenOak has tied it, but Hoover is in business 45 yards away from the end zone. Snap, handoff to the running back, to the left side, bouncing out, bouncing in inside the 40 and down at the 38-yard line. Hoover's got a 2nd down and 3 coming up. We'll do it again. Same formation, 2nd and 3. Jack Andes in the shotgun formation. He's got a running back on his right hip. It's Michael Lamlin. Now he goes to the left hip. Lamlin on the left hip of the quarterback. Here's Andes. Fakes the handoff. He'll go right up the middle. He'll get the 1st down inside the 35, down at the 34. This looks like a 5-0 football team that's in a tight one, that's looking to try to come out on top and just go 6-0.
Yeah, you don't always have to win pretty as long as you get the victory, and that seems to be Coach Brian Baum's strategy on this drive.
1st down and 10 inside the 35-yard line. Same formation. I don't think they're going to change it. 11 seconds on the play clock. Andes takes the snap, hands it off to his back, up the middle for another 6 yards. 2nd down and 4 coming up. And now this is where you throw out the 2-for-1s and you just bleed that clock all the way down and try to score with a minute to go.
Yeah, looking at the play clock here, Hoover could run the game clock down to about 3:35 before they have to snap the ball again. So definitely bleeding that fourth quarter clock away.
2nd down and 5, they call it. It's a short 5. Direct snap to the quarterback. Designed run. He's got the outside. Breaks free to the 20. 15-10. Jack Andes is in for the touchdown. Hoover. So much for using the clock, Derek.
Yeah, if the opportunity presents itself, you got to take it. And Jack Andes did that and more on that 29-yard scamper to the right for the Hoover Viking touchdown.
So the Vikings are back up on top. It's 20-14. They are awaiting the PAT to make it a 7-point ball game. And GlenOak backs against the wall, 3:42 to go. They're going to need one of their offensive drives that we've seen tonight. Field goal is good. We've seen it tonight. We've seen GlenOak march down the field, not just the 2 times that they scored a touchdown. We've seen them do it a couple of different times. And they're going to have 3 minutes and 42 seconds to do it.
GlenOak High School National Honor Society presents Moon School. Held at GlenOak High School on Thursday, October 3rd.
Let's give you a baseball update before we get into the football scores. Rangers still beating the Guardians 4-2. The Tigers are winning 3-1. That is bad news. That's all bad for Guards fans. Astros, again, they play at 9:38. You're rooting for the Astros to lose if you're a Guardians fan.
That's easy to do.
Yeah, that's very easy. Not hard at all. That college football score we talked about, the only matchup going on, Florida State, number 8 in the country, 21-21 with Virginia. They were trailing 14-0 in that ball game. And now Derek's going to fire off some high school football scores for you. What do we got going on?
Yeah, we have our first final on the score 7, West Branch 56, Minerva 6. And here's the kickoff, so we'll get some more after that.
Return from the 1-yard line by Saunders, and he's going to be tripped up at the 20-yard line. Almost broke free, but he couldn't do it. And I'm not sure that was Saunders. My apologies. That was Tay Smith.
All right. And back to the scoreboard here. Alliance 36, Salem 28. That's in the third quarter. Canton South 37-27 over Orville. The last update that we have from McKinley is McKinley 21, Green 3 at the end of the third quarter.
Here's the snap on first down. Throwing deep to the right side. Not so deep. Looked a little deeper because they threw across the field, but it's going to be incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Interesting to see they've been running the ball all night long. It's been kind of working the second half.
Yeah, you'd hate to go away from what's been working. There's only 3:30 left on the clock, but with how they've been running their offense with the no huddle, it's still very much an option to run the ball.
5 receivers, empty backfield. Quarterback is flushed out. He's in trouble. He's going to go down. It's a sack.
The loss of 6 on the sack there brings up 3rd down and 16.
3:13 to go. It's a long 3rd down. I don't know that it's 4-down territory.
Yeah,
probably going to have to punt it away if they don't get this one. They did save 2 of their timeouts, so they've got 2. GlenOak does, but there's no 2-minute warning in high school football.
Nope.
So that does not add a timeout. So it's getting down to it. They need it on this 3rd down and long. Quarterback's flushed out of the pocket, and Chrissy's going to go down again. It's a Viking sack.
Yeah.
The Vikings felt like their ship was being taken over, and they said, nah.
Yeah, knowing that GlenOak was put in the passing, forced to pass, they brought the blitz and didn't give Chrissy time to go through his progressions looking for receivers, and it'll be 4th down with 2:15 and counting, and the punt will come from about the goal line or end zone for GlenOak.
So all Hoover will need is a 1st down, and they're going to get excellent field position. Oh, and they fumbled it, but there's a flag. GlenOak's going to hop on the football. GlenOak's going to say they have it, but it looks like the flag's going to bring that back.
Yeah, it looked like fair catch interference will be the call. We'll wait for the official word from the official.
And I guess field position only matters for GlenOak at this point because Hoover could care less where the ball is. But they actually know they prefer it to be where they're at because if they are stopped, GlenOak would have 65 yards to go just about. But that's where we're at, folks. It's 21-14. Hoover has the lead. GlenOak's got 2 timeouts left. We have a $1:57 to go in the 4th quarter. So the math shows that they would just need 1 first down, and they could knee out the rest of the ball game. But if GlenOak were to stop them, then they would probably have about 40 seconds left, 40 to 45 seconds left, if they were to get a 3-and-out here and force Hoover to punt, which I don't know that they would at their own at GlenOak's 30. So GlenOak's probably going to have to make a 4-down stand right here. 1st down and 10. Andes takes the snap up the middle. I could have told you that was going to happen. 1 yard, but that doesn't matter. They just want to make GlenOak use the timeouts, and they're not. It looks like they're going to save it. I guess it doesn't matter when you use it.
Well, it looks like we got a clock stoppage for a uniform issue for one of the defenders on GlenOak.
So rather than calling that timeout right then and there, Coach Garcia is going to hold on to the 2 timeouts. Hoover will use the entire play clock. More than likely, they should be coached to use the entirety of the play clock here before running another play.
And Coach Garcia will use a timeout. I don't know if he thought that with the helmet coming off and a timeout being called on the field, if that stopped the clock, but the referee did run the clock. So timeout timeout GlenOak. They have 1 remaining, 1:35 left, and I just got a score update for the Guardians, and it's not a good one.
They might have. Oh, ouch! That's not great. Back to what we just saw though. Did GlenOak just lose 10 seconds? Did they just? Because if you're gonna call timeout, you got to do it immediately. They waited about. They weren't calling timeout, and then they did call timeout.
Yeah, there was some confusion there. So they haven't made an announcement to add any time to the clock as the scoreboard's gone dark on us. We still have the time of the game and the score, but the video board portion has retired for the evening.
2nd down. Andes takes the snap, left side. He's got to stay in bounds. He's got the 1st down, and he's got the touchdown. I guess it doesn't matter. Hoover is going to drive back home victorious tonight. It's a touchdown for the Vikings.
Jack Andes back-to-back 29-yard touchdown runs to put this one away for the Hoover Vikings.
27-14. It was a very close game. The scoreboard's going to say it was a little not so close, but it was. We still do have time left. 1:26 to go. But that looks like the what do you think? Should he have went down there? Do you think he should have just taken a knee at the 5? Ball game would be over. They could only stop the clock one more time. They could have taken a knee after that. Or are you in favor of these high school kids padding their stats? Because I don't know. I kind of am in favor of the stat padding.
Yeah, me too. I think at this point, if you give up 14 or more points in a minute and 25 seconds, you deserve to lose at this point.
Yeah.
But this score isn't going to show, as it stands right now, as close as this game actually was.
And giving up 28 points isn't going to show how well GlenOak's defense played tonight, but both defenses played better than average, that's for sure. Not great defense, but better than average. And it is 28-14. The score update that Derek was referring to a couple of minutes ago was Rangers 7, Guardians 2. Not great. Red Sox are trying to help the Guardians out, trailing the Tigers 3-2. Minute 26 to go here. We've got a great option of games on Q92 that you could turn to, including the game of the week, Green and McKinley. Green has never beaten McKinley. Could it happen tonight? Clint Scroggs and Brian Beatty have that call from the Hall of Fame Village. Another interesting one, a Pac-7 versus Federal League matchup, Northwest versus Lake tonight. We had Minerva trying to go into first place. Imagine that. The first place Minerva Lions. I don't think it's going to happen after tonight, but the fact that we were talking about it is good news for the Lions.
Yeah, definitely things are looking up in Minerva for the Lions. That's the game Christian and I had last week was Minerva at St. Thomas, and Coach Leitz has them playing well, but tonight 56-6 defeat at the hands of the West Branch Warriors. So it will be a challenge to rebound, and it'll be interesting to see how Coach Leitz and the Lions rebound going into next week. Real quick, Canton South leads Orville 44-27 in the fourth. Perry up 21-12 with 7:32 left in regulation.
First down throw for GlenOak is going to be in and out of the hands of the receiver, incomplete. Minute 22 to go here. If you're just joining us, it's 28-14. Hoover just extended their lead. A really, really good ball game that we've had tonight at Bob Cummings Field. First quarter took about 15 minutes, and ever since, not so much. GlenOak trying to make some noise. They'll pick up a first down to the left side across the 30-yard line. Clock will stop. He goes out of bounds. Minute 14 to go. After the game, Derek and I will give you the final scores. We will give you our final thoughts. Here's the first down play. Throwing it all the way down deep to the right side of the field. Did he catch that? No, it's going to be incomplete. Also, make sure you're following on our social media pages on Q92 Sports, on all of them, Instagram, X, Facebook, all of them. Our website, Q92radiosports.com. We will be posting interviews after the game with your favorite coaches, your favorite players, your kids.
Mm-hmm.
We're interviewing your kids. So you can check that out on Q92 Sports, all social media platforms. It's Q92 Sports. Second down. Quarterback keeper to the left side, and they scamper out of bounds to the 50. So GlenOak has to have that mindset where they can do it the old-fashioned way in Madden. My favorite way to win a Madden game, where you score, recover the onside kick, and then you go down and score again. And they have that opportunity with a minute to go, 61 seconds, 49 yards away from the end zone. Quarterback wheels to the right, throws deep to the right. He's got a man. It's Saunders, and he's got the catch. So it's first down and goal inside the RG Drag red zone.
Yeah, 32-yard reception down the right sideline there for Chrissy to Saunders there. A nice play, probably one of their better ones through the air tonight.
Evan Chrissy takes the snap, wheels to his left. He looks, he throws, he's got a man, and it's nearly caught, and it's nearly intercepted, but ultimately the ball lands on the ground in the end zone, and it'll be a second down and 10 inside the red zone. They are at the 16-yard line. They need to get to the 6 for a first down, but with 48 seconds to go, they might just be wanting to go to the end zone on the next 3 plays, because I don't know that they have enough time to run a play, get a first down, and then try to score again, not to mention get an onside kick, march down the field again, and score. Folks, they got like a 1% chance, but we're here with them just to see if they do it. Chrissy takes the snap to the right side. He's close to a first down, and he goes out of bounds. 43 seconds to go. The best part about it is if they do score, anything can happen with the onside kick. And if they recover, watch out. We've seen some freaky things on Friday nights on Q92. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Chrissy in the shotgun, takes the snap, pump fakes. He's going to run it. He throws, end zone. What a catch! No, he dropped it. Incomplete. Would have been the catch of the night.
Yeah, he had it in his hands. I think when he came down to the ground, the ground darted the ball loose.
Roughing the passer call. I didn't even see the flag. It's going to go on Hoover. That's half the distance to the goal. It'll be a first down, and GlenOak's going to have 36 seconds to try to come back from 14 points.
Yeah, first down 4, first and goal here. Still 1 timeout left for GlenOak, but would love to score on this play. And
now in hindsight, can we go back and just agree that the running back should have just, or the quarterback,
right?
Jack Andes possibly could have just taken a knee at the 5. This game would be over. I know Coach Baum is thinking that right now. Here's the snap. Up the middle, the quarterback goes. He might have been tackled into the end zone, down at the 1-yard line. Some more pushing and shoving. 30 seconds to go. No timeouts for GlenOak.
Just took their last one here.
Yes, they just took their last timeout. So there's 30 to go. GlenOak is at the 1-yard line. They're going to try to pound this in. Now the key is you have to get it on the first try.
Right.
Because they're not going to throw, I wouldn't imagine. They're going to try to run it. If they get stopped, the clock's just going to move. So you have to dig deep down in the bag of tricks. What play do you have that guarantees you 1 yard and you go get it right now, and then it's on to the special teams?
Yeah, last time they were down here in this type of situation, it was a direct snap to Dom Wagner for a 2-yard touchdown rush. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Garcia and his staff draw up here on this second down. And
well, there goes Wagner. Wagner is out there. Chrissy is not. So Wagner in the Wildcat formation. He stands all the way back at the 7, though. He'll take the snap and immediately go right up the middle, and it's a touchdown for GlenOak. And we got a ball game. We're back in it.
Right.
28-20, 26 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. GlenOak would need the onside kick, or Hoover's just going to need the ball out. But we've seen things happen. PAT is good. 26 seconds to go. We're going to keep it right here as we await the onside kick. So we're either going to get an onside kick recovered by Hoover and we'll go home, or we're going to get an onside kick recovered by GlenOak and we're going to have everyone running back into the stadium that left.
Yep.
Because the parking lot, I mean, good news for us.
Right.
It looks like the traffic's already gone because the place is emptied about halfway. More than half, I would assume, especially on the GlenOak side. 2/3 of the fans have hit the exit. They're all in the cars. They're all over the place. Traffic jam central. It looks like Manhattan out there.
Real quick before this onside kick attempt, McKinley victorious over Green 21-3. And Alliance 36, Salem 28 in the fourth. Lake 13, Northwest 10, 5:40 left in that one. And real quick, as they're winding up, Perry 21, Jackson 19, 5:19 left in regulation.
It's a good one. Ryan Keller's got that call at Robert Fife Stadium. You can join in as soon as this game is concluded. Well, the ball is lined up from the 40. Here's the onside kick try. They kick it. It bounces. Holy smokes. They've got a pile, and it looks like GlenOak might have the football. GlenOak's pointing GlenOak's way. Hoover's pointing Hoover's way. And Hoover, if they were salesmen, I'd be buying from Hoover. Hoover's selling it a lot better that they have the ball. And Hoover recovers the football. Wow. McClendon is upset. Almost like he had the football and might have gotten it ripped out of his hands. But a very, very close one. As it looked like GlenOak might have recovered that football. And if they had, then they would have only needed to travel 47 yards to tie the ball game up, which would have been incredible. But, Derek, it's not incredible. Hoover's going to take a knee. GlenOak doesn't have any timeouts, and that's going to be your ball game.
Yeah, great game on both sides, though. A lot to be proud of if you're going to go an Eagle fan or player here tonight. And Hoover, it wasn't pretty at times, but you did what you had to do to go 6-0.
Hoover takes the final knee down and runs out the clock. That'll be the ball game, folks. Thanks for hanging out with Derek and I tonight. Hoover will win it 28-21 over GlenOak. And more importantly, your Hoover Vikings are 6-0 and undefeated. So definitely a team, if not the team to watch. And not just the Federal League, not just Stark County, but Northeast Ohio. The Hoover Vikings are 6-0. We'll have our final thoughts and final score updates after the break here on Q92. Thanks for hanging out with us. High school football is presented to you by Sarshone.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations, Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
This is head coach Brian Baum from the North Canton Hoover Vikings football team. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
Well, they didn't wait very long to turn the scoreboard off. It's a good thing I remembered the final score, 28-21. Hoover wins a good one. It all started with Hoover coming out. Backup quarterback, heavy I formation. What kind of offense is this? We haven't really seen this. And it didn't really last but the first possession. It didn't work. GlenOak went up 7-0. Hoover fought back, made it 14-7. GlenOak finally tied it 14-14. Hoover took a 28-21 lead. GlenOak tries to come back at the end, and then they were an onside kick away from trying a magical night here at home in front of, unfortunately, it would only been a third of the fans because some of them started to leave after 28-14. But I'll give it to Derek Dimmitt for your final thoughts on tonight's game before we go around the county and see what happened.
Yeah, it was a great game on both sides, back and forth pretty much from the start. GlenOak got out to the early lead, 7-0. Hoover answered back with 14 in the first half to go to the half up 7, but GlenOak came back out and tied it up at 14. Then Hoover, much like in the first half, scored 2 more times, and GlenOak there scored with about 30 seconds left, tried the onside kick. It was rolling around there for a little bit, but Hoover recovered it and did just enough to escape Plain Township with a 6-0 record.
6-0. I don't know the last time Hoover's been 6-0, but I don't remember it being in the last 8 years that I've been doing this. I could be wrong on that, but a good start for the Hoover Vikings and Coach Baum. We'll go around the county of Stark one more time. Derek will give you the final scores, and then we'll say goodbye.
Yeah, let me get pulled up here real quick.
I'll give you some baseball updates real quick. We'll just the Guardians are losing, so let's just leave it at that. We need some help from the Red Sox. Tigers are beating the Red Sox 3-2. Red Sox are in the bottom of the 8th inning. They've got a runner on first base, and that big matchup between the Astros and the Angels I've been talking about starts in about 8 minutes. So, Derek, what do we got on the football field? What's the score at Jackson Robert Fife Stadium with the Polar Bears and the Panthers?
Yeah, last update that we have there, Perry 21, Jackson 19. That was with 5:19 left, but that update was about 12 minutes ago. Still waiting to hear an update on that. Massillon is losing tonight 34-2, so they are in a running clock situation at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, but not in the way that the Massillon Tiger faithful like it. Canton South leads Orville 51-31 or 51-33. Let's see here. Said McKinley Green 21-3 final. Triway 41-7 over Fairless. Last update was the third quarter. Carrollton 24-7 over Marlington. Lake 13-10 over Northwest. That's in the fourth quarter. That's on our network here. Canton South 40, just said that one, sorry. Louisville defeats Canton Central Catholic 21-0. Newcomerstown 40, East Canton 12. West Branch, big winners 56-6 over the Minerva Lions. Have a final now, Perry 21, Jackson 19. So the Perry Panthers pull out the upset in Jackson there. Manchester 28, Tesla 21. Indian Valley 56-0, and that wraps up those scores.
And it wraps up week 6. Can't believe a week from tonight will already be week 7, and those Hoover Vikings are going to try to go 7-0. I would imagine someone from the Q92 broadcasting team will have the Vikings next week on the road. I do believe it is McKinley.
Yeah, they're back home. McKinley comes to Hoover, so that'll be a big one there in North Canton. So get your tickets early.
Yeah, I haven't checked my schedule, but if I was going to guess, that would probably be the Q92 game of the week. I'm guessing that's not put out there, or maybe it is put out there and I just don't know about it. But with McKinley and undefeated Hoover, that sounds like something that might be on we'll definitely have that. I can yes. promise you we will have that game for you on Q92 and 99.9% chance. All right, for Ryan and Jake and the gang back at the station, I want to thank Christian for giving me the opportunity to fill in for him tonight. Derek, outstanding job tonight. You guys got no idea how thrilled I was to be Derek's partner tonight. He does so much behind the scenes, and go ahead and check out his interviews that he's going to go get with the players and coaches. And you can check that out on our Q92 Sports social media pages. For Derek Dimmitt, I'm Ryan Bevere signing off. High school football presented by Sarshone on Q92.